Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. Hope you're doing well. Today we're going to get into some Splinterlands conversations. I do not have anything queued up and I am here by myself, so I will see what you guys are into and we will just hang out for a bit. And I know it's an impromptu live too, so we'll wait for some of you guys to show up and we'll chat about all things SPL. Hey everybody, drop a comment saying hello when you're here. Boom. Yeah, I last couple days I've been a bit busier, and so I haven't gotten my daily content. I've been doing pretty good on the daily content, and so I'm trying to keep that flow going. But it, yeah, a couple things coming up, and as a result, it just didn't happen like yesterday or the day before. And I have a video, but like actually I have two videos, but I need to edit them and thumbnails and titles and descriptions and with life being what it is, it's not happening and it might not happen today. And so I just thought I'd hop on. Plus, I am playing Splinterlands all day today. I've been playing Splinterlands and having fun fighting for a leaderboard. Earlier, I was in top 10 for Diamond leaderboard. Leaderboard, Diamond. Look at that, 9. Let's go. 200,000 glint. Let's go. So, I'm still quite like it's like a modest rating because like I'm like kind of low champ. 120 points out of champ 2. It's tricky, man. There's like some of the heavy hitters above me with some key cards that I just don't have, and it's like a huge difference. There's a massive delineation between like good or even excellent and then the top tier, right? Like there's good and excellent are maybe if you got some money and you've got some knowledge, you can you can be in the leaderboard conversation, but there's a huge difference between leaderboard conversation top and middle. And that's me. But I've been really setting my account apart lately. Like I've been acquiring more things and making some moves. And I'm just excited, man. I'm more excited maybe than I have been ever for Splinterlands. And yeah, so I'm like picking up stuff. Let's look at my Conclave. I'm even picking up Rebellion stuff. But check this out on my Archons. Let's go Archons, Conclave. I maxed out my Cryptic. So we're at level 4 on this guy. And I think that's a really crucial card actually. I mean, of course it is. It's a legendary summoner. This is there's a difficulty in explaining anything of nuance and value in a brief one-liner, but I would say Cryptic is amazing, right? I've come around. Jangles, if you're hearing this, I get it. I agree. Cryptic is amazing, and it's like the kit. The blind, actually, I used to say like, who cares about the blind? Like that's an ability I can get from any one of my monsters. But the trick is actually now in particular, like finding that blind. So like blue, black, you could look at maybe neutral or dragon to try and find that. But like, there's not actually all that many. And more often than not, I have to do without the blind if I don't bring that summoner. And so there's so many times where I go, if I had a Cryptic, this would be great. And yet I don't. And so if we go modern, you just search blind, go reg foil only. Look, I mean, not a lot of options. And so I do have a Silverleaf Warlock and it's a max level, which means that it has swiftness as well as blind. I also have a max Runesayer Sevilla. And so there's that, and that's pretty interesting too because of the protect and other reasons. I do not have a Baron Fiat, and man, that price has gone crazy, dude. I remember watching this at like $3. What is the deal here? Like, why? I get it. Like, okay, yeah, Halfling is cool, but the Scattershot, this made me hate this card from the get go. Like, I was not about it, didn't want it. Ambush is interesting, I guess, because you get that one extra halfling. The blind, I think, is maybe a big piece of this, a big part to it. And the blind in particular, check this out. Death blind, death blind, death blind, death blind, dragon blind, earth blind. But then this is the soul fire blind, the fiat. maybe that's a piece of it, but I just, sometimes I don't, to be, as is to be expected, I don't always get what people are doing. I see it. It is 77 for the max. My bad. Okay. That's a huge correction on the price point that I thought it was saying. When it wasn't always the case that if you click max that Peak Monsters would modify the low buy, but it is it's capturing, it's saying like if you want a maximum one, then you need to spend $77. So my bad, guys. But still, that kind of does change my picture. Like I could get behind. Oh, you got to get 11 though, so $77. See, lack of blind. And so Cryptic really brings something. And then why is that important? Of course, it's important because there's monsters that have significant evasiveness. And if you look at the phase opportunities, in particular from blue and black, like these monsters with a blind are far stronger. Healing Gains, amazing card with the backfire, or with the backfire and the phase and the 6 speed, and a blind, right, from Cryptic is very strong. And Rune Arcanus can bring out the blind or the phase onto any monster, which is pretty interesting. And so can Jikarilla, which is a card I had to max out. I think is like a necessary max out. The speed on this card is, the limiting factor, because it ends up being, but I think this is Jikarilla, the Rhyme, is an interesting card in that it reflects disunity within its power set, within its stats and abilities. And I'll explain that disunity in a moment. But despite its disunity, it's really still powerful. So there's this give and take of how powerful it is, but it has this Achilles heel in some sense. And that 1 speed is obviously an Achilles heel. Like you'd rather have it 9 speed, 10 speed, right? Like faster is better almost always, except for that one rule set. And so, and then it isn't a big damage dealer, but that's not really what it's supposed to do. It's a rear cleanse. It's also a tank heal and an echo with potentially a repair or a triage, right? Actually not a triage. You can put a repair on it with EMP. And so it's a very strong card. The disunity comes in the fact that because of the phase ward, it's likely being played in a way where you are trying to optimize your own team's evasiveness, right? You're trying to maximize speed, maybe in conjunction with blind, dodge, flight, different abilities and synergies that are going to make your team totally unhittable. And yet Jikarilla will have this little 1 speed. So in order to give the phase ward, first of all, who are you using this with? Let's pull up a battle. Because like this is a battle I'm doing quite a bit nowadays. Sorry about that, guys. Hey, babe. I am, yeah. That's super loud. That the dog is like, wow. Yeah, it's all at once. Yeah, yeah. But you got to come in one way or another, so it's all good. What? I said you got to come in, so it's all good.
I mean, we could change the way we do things. Like,
I'm like,
you see me coming in.
Yeah.
You see me pull out.
Yeah, I could
open the door.
Yeah, good idea.
Tell me, Mommy's here.
I'm actually live right now.
Open the door. Hello, everyone.
We're figuring out our like front door situation, and like we got one of these like mechanical locks. You press the button and it electronics cause it to open for you, which is really cool because you can remote control it and all this stuff. Or I can tell who has opened the door, locked the door, etc. Security is like, it's a cool security feature, but it's like this. It sounds. It's so loud. It's so loud. Anyways. To go back to the idea of blind and evasiveness, and you're trying to synergize obviously with speed, this is one of the ways that you might do that. And now this doesn't show Jikarilla, but of course the Commander Slade, which is proven to be so like strong. Actually, what an amazing card that you get just by playing the game, right? This is a reward card, and it's an exceptional card. And so this card is amazing with phase. Let's actually, you know what? We'll skip this one. We're going to show one with Jikarilla. That was a W. But I know I've played it with Jikarilla. There's one, and it's the W too. And so what's happening here? First of all, expose on the Grimbard and Smith is a huge opportunity with the Cryptic. And so there's that. But then the blind, which is a 15% speed reduction. All enemy units receive the blinded effect at the start of the game and it's a 15% reduction in their ability to hit me. So this card with dodge, which is a 25% chance to evade physical attacks, which is range and melee, give it by itself a 40% chance to avoid every physical damage, which is crazy. But then that same data, now hang on a second. Ooh, interesting. Does dodge impact? Yes, it does. The wording of this, look at this. Dodge increases 25% chance to evade physical attacks, but I happen to know that dodge impacts the ability to avoid magic damage, because I used to play Coral Lurker all the time in the old meta before before Chaos left. So you do Coral Lurker, and it has flight with when you bring in Risk Eldrath, and it has dodge, which is a 50% together. 25 and 25 is a 50% chance to avoid, and then you bring up blind, you're up to 65%, and then there's some swiftness, and you're like unhittable, and so that is a crazy combo. But this is like a new kind of look at that, and so the one Achilles heel on Commander Slade is it doesn't have phase, but it does when you bring Jai Kurilla. And so again, to talk about Jai Kurilla and Disunity, it's like you've created this really evasive front line, but it doesn't have taunt, and then you got this secondary element that's crucial in some ways for holding up the Commander Slade because of what? Double heal. That's a big thing. It's going to be six hit points healed on your Commander Slade per turn potentially, and the rear cleanse, which is of course always helpful. And so, but it's if they had an opportunity attack. Actually, if they had a Scattershot, if they had a snipe, who are they shooting at? Jai Kurilla, and she's not getting away. And so there's this, it really leans into the evasive nature that you want to play, but then it also has that weakness. It somehow, it isn't perfect at its own game, and I like that. It's a strong, well-designed card, and it really, really helps, but it has that vulnerability, which is a wise card design. I'm going to check and see if I'm seeing any comments from you guys and see if anybody's hanging out. Tails, good to see you, man. Silverleaf Warlock, if you don't have Cryptic, absolutely. And I do have the black foil Silverleaf. By the way, Tails, congratulations. I haven't actually talked to you about your pull on that legendary. It was a BFA, right? A black foil Arcane, I think. You were like a one-of-one legendary pull. I don't know how public your actions with that card are. If you have, I don't know if you've like shared the story of what's happened there, but I would love to read a comment, even whether it's privately to me, and I won't share it if you don't want me to, or in the comments here, because like I know you pulled that, and that's why I did a video saying like as an example of what that means. Like it's crazy. It's crazy that somebody can open a $4 pack potentially and rip a BFA that's one-of-one, a legendary BFA that might well be worth $10,000, $50,000. I don't know. Who knows, right? If you look at even cards like, oh man, Heloise the Hollow, and that was a 1 of 100 card, and from the gold foil perspective, I think it's one of 10, right? Yeah, there's 10. So you're even with the Heloise the Hollow, with its scarcity, its rarity, its hype, it is still far more common, and yet those ones went for 10,000 plus, right? I think every single gold foil went for 10,000 plus. Where are they at now? Actually, let's see that. Hello's the Hollow. Reg foil for 1,500. This is an interesting card, especially because, I mean, I'm not buying a $1,500 card, but hang on a second. That is 1.53 million DC, which is actually, I think the floor was generally 1 million, if I'm remembering correctly from the Heloise the Hollow sale. I'm bringing this all up in the context of what I know Tails pulled, because this is like maybe an example of some of the scarcest of the scarce legendaries that are possibly, you want to understand the monetary valuation of them. Totally different kits, totally different synergies, totally right. I understand all that, but like how do you establish value for black foil Arcane of 1 of 1 legendary? And so I think $1,500 on this is like, as I recall, represents relatively holding value, because I think it was like $1 million DC to get one, if I recall correctly. But then I do believe it was $10,000 plus to get a gold foil. There are no gold foils being sold on the Hello is the Hollow. There were only 5. My bad. There were only 5 of them. That was every 20 rounds. Yeah, that's right. Every 20, because 100 sold, but only every 20th day within the auction was there a gold foil. And so maybe this is a comparable for something like a black foil Arcane legendary, but I don't even really think that's accurate either. The black foil Arcane legendaries are 1 of 1, or they will be if they even exist. And that's the thing. They're, what's the ones that were pulled? I know there were 2 or 3 that were pulled. There's the dragon that I think Tails pulled. Is it right in front of me here? Yeah, Desolation. Look at this. $20,000. And, it's a 1 of 1. It's a crazy card too, by the way. I almost see no one playing with that, but I like that card. And then also there was another one that was pulled. Was it Bren? I don't see any others on the market. So these cards are crazy, and it's so interesting you could pull one from a $4 pack. I would love to know more about how that played out, Tails, at some point. Vora says Scattershot plus Weaken is good. Scattershot, yeah, I hear you. This you're talking going back to that half that promo card with the 2 splinters or the 2 elements that has the halving ability and the Scattershot. And yes, especially when if I'm trying to control you with a taunt, you can Scattershot around me and drop Weaken. But what's annoying about that is you don't know where that's going to land. And so Weaken is really powerful when you can precisely pinpoint where that's going to land so that you can diminish my output. But if you don't even know where that's going to land, your Scattershot is always about luck. That's the problem. You're hoping you're going to hit my key targets first. And the truth is you might never hit them because Scattershot can hit the same back unit 20 times before it hits another unit. There are not a ton of reliable speed plays in current Modern outside of Water and Dragon. I agree. Dragon being a Kane and Nidhogger. And Nidhogger obviously with the +3 speed is a clear speed play, but a Kane should be understood as a speed play for people who maybe don't think about it that way. A Kane has ambush, and therefore you're attacking in round 0, which has been actually, I'm seeing, at the level of play I'm playing, I do see it a fair bit. Here's an Arcane play I dropped. And look, Born Again, I'll show you 2 things in this battle, actually. I'll feature Arcane as a speed play, and you can see it's a mirror match, which is interesting because there's 4 different abilities with 48. And so that's interesting because it tells me that, and I do see Arcane a lot more now that Conclave is out. So for whatever that means, whether it was Chaos Legion was allowing opportunities that made Arcane irrelevant or maybe less relevant, or whether it's Arcane has new synergies that are making it even more powerful. I don't really know the answer to that question. Maybe it's a combination of both, right? But we both played Arcane, which is to say that at a high level on diamond level leaderboard, people are rolling with Arcane. First off, second off, it's a speed play because you're attacking in 0, and then another thing I want you to see here is that Bloodline Tribute is such a crazy ability, and I don't really know if everybody sees that yet. Of course, if you even know what Bloodline Tribute is, you're like, yeah, it's cool that I can buff my other units, right? But the thing about it that I don't see being recognized is the shapeshifters, and I only have 2 of them. But look, I've got my Skinwalker maxed out. I got my Grandma the Hunger maxed out, and shout out to Keegs, by the way. We pulled some trades. He hooked me up with some of these units. Keegs he wanted some of my gold foils, and so anyways, I pulled some trades, which is so fun. It's like 1990 card collecting all over again, where you're like hanging out with your buddy and like, hey, I'll trade you this one for that one. And you're like, well, how about you throw in, right? Like it's so cool. I love that there's a new, I don't know why that's happening more. Maybe it's the community is tighter than ever, or maybe, I don't know, but that is happening a lot. I see story after story of that, and it's happening with me personally. So anyways, 2 things I want you to see. Kane has become more relevant. Speed is a factor here. And then watch the skin shapeshifters rather. It kind of looks like I'm in trouble. I don't have nearly enough meat points. Look at my little Aurora Elemental is only level 4, but that Protect, I just wanted another protect, and as you can see, I've got beast mode armor on my Silverblade flanker. All I was doing was creating my whole front three cards, or my second and third position, were just literally to give space for these to breathe, because now we're doing 5, 5, and 4 with my Grammel, and we're doing 6 damage on the Skinwalker. We're dropping bombs, and yeah, he's getting through me, but you know, we're dropping nuclear bombs. Grammel the Hunger is crazy when you bring and you can bring more than one. You can bring more than one Bloodline Tribute and go wild with this. Like 554 is actually not that surprising for Grammel the Hunger. It's possible, not just with Rebirth. It's possible because of you bring more than one, right? When you bring a dragon, for instance, or Death, there's more than one Bloodline Tribute, and so I'm really enjoying that. And yeah, Kane is a speed play. Let's see. I got some packs I'm going to open today here too, guys. But let's see what else you guys are saying. Darren, happy Thursday. Dwayne, hope all is well. Things are good. The children are off to school. What else? Wife just came home, and she's doing good. And personal update. I'm training for a marathon right now. I'm running quite a bit every week. I'm going to be running a full marathon in July 12th, I think. And so I got a lot more training to do, but I'm doing quite well, man. I'm 44 now, but I'm running faster than I have in at least a decade. Like I can run yesterday I ran 10K, and I wasn't pushing myself, but I ran in 1:05, 1 hour 5, which 10K, call it like 6 miles for you Americans. And then I can do 20K or like 12 miles in maybe 212 or 210, maybe even 206. I think I did it the other day. Like that's fast for me, man. That's like on pace for you. Like you're getting close to like a 4-hour marathon. And I have never run a marathon. And I've run lots of halves, but even my last half was 3 hours or something like that, or 3 hours plus for a half marathon. So we're talking 6-hour run time for a full. And so right now I'm probably gonna 4.5 hours seems attainable. Maybe hopefully, God willing, we'll see. And I am trying to raise money for a thing. So, that's also part of the picture, but yeah, things are good, man. Paul, thanks for coming through. Voros says 69% win rate with Rhyme at diamond level. Ooh. So Voros, how are you tracking that? Are you using Splinter Coach, or do you have your own data, or how you just got your Excel spreadsheet out every time you win? I believe you, but I want to know how you're tracking that and what's the sample size of that data. Voro says, oh yeah, for the doggo, nice. Thanks, appreciate you, bud. I did a video on it recently. Okay, it listed on the market currently, at least until wagons. Okay, cool. I'm gonna check that out, Tails. Yeah, my video goes into comparable cards on SPL history. A1. A 1 of 1 is technically the rarest in the game. Yeah, there have been 2 black foil arcane legendaries pulled in so far. So here's the craziest thing. There's 2 competing factors at work with this crazy pull that Tails is referring to, that he pulled a black foil arcane 1 of 1 legendary, which also is a strong utility card, like impact wise dragon. So it's very versatile in terms of when and how you can use it. Lot of strong pros, of course, and 1 of 1. But here's one cool thing that strikes me is that it's not only 1 of 1, but it's like 1 of 1, and there are only 2 or 3, like you said, that have been pulled. 2. You say 2 black foil arcanes that have been pulled, period. And so people who are interested in that sort of top tier collectible, they don't have 30 choices to pick from. They have 2 from a legendary standpoint. They have 2. And so it's like more maybe desirable, more scarce, more exciting, more, potentially sale figures could be larger than you might otherwise expect. But then simultaneously, the other side of it is like, maybe in this moment, there's 50 different things. There's probably literally 88 different things that people are chasing after, because Conclave has 88 cards, I think, or 85 cards. And so our attention is distracted, not to mention land, not to mention SPS, not to mention et cetera. And so I think you're always going to compete with that sort of the numerous distractions, but there's something interesting about, from a marketing standpoint, having a BFA now, especially a BFA legendary, while the sample size of available legendaries is practically zero. Yeah, Ordom was the other one that pulled. And Matt bought that one. Yeah, I heard about that. Ordom is a crazy, like a very reliable tank. You know where I love watching Ordom play? Ordom play when there's that rebirth ability. That's an amazing one, because you're getting 3 kicks of the can. Or when there's Equalizer. Equalizer is crazy with that card. What do I mean? I don't know if this probably won't be an Equalizer match. No, but here's Ordom Greybel. And if it's an Equalizer rule set match, this one is not, but if it were, everyone would have 10 hit points, because Leolin Sifu has 10 hit points. So Ordom Greybel pops back with full health, which would mean another 10 hit points and his full 6 armor, which, like, to get that revive. And if you bring a Resurrect, which I love doing too, in those rule sets, because you're getting that, the Resurrect is bringing him back to 1 hit point though. But if it's resurrecting Ordom Greybel, I actually think he's coming back. This is a good question. If you have a monster that resurrects and you resurrect Ordom Greybel, would he come back with 1 hit point? I think so, because that's the functionality of Resurrect. But then Resurgence self-resurrects once per battle with 100%. So I think Resurgence would bring him back to the full HP, and Resurrect would bring him back to the 1. Anyway, super cool card. And Spite on top of it, it's like you want him to die. And while he's dying, he's taking people out. And I like him with the Vicious Draft too, with the shield. Because, anyways, loving so many of the cool synergies nowadays. I'll let that play while I just look at some more comments. Definitely check the video when you get a chance. I absolutely will. Tails, when I'm done here even. It also has the pack opening in it. I've been feeling my YouTube algorithm is like not recommending SPL content now. And I need to like go track down, your channel, and even I don't even see After Sounds videos popping up, and I know that guy's kicking out 20 videos a day. And then there's also Bronze Dragon and Gathering, and like every now and then it's like, hey, do you want to? It'll show my videos to me, but it won't show me your videos. And I know I'm a subscribed to the channel, and so that's lately what has been kicking me is a lot of retro gaming consoles. Actually, I'm going to show you guys quickly. I'm like, this is a total side note, but I really want to get this guy. I'm going to be buying one of these, I think. This is not at all sponsored. It would be rad if they wanted to sponsor me. But Retroid Pocket 5. This thing is like legit, and I don't want the game. I have a purple GameCube, so part of me is like, I want that, but I think I just want the black. This thing is a beast. If you like gaming, if you like portable gaming, and I go over to my boy's house like once a month, like me and the guys get together and we have like a nerd night. We order pizza, we play Lord of the Rings living card game, we play video games, and I would love to have this in my bag, and just I would have this is an Android computer in a handheld form factor, perfect for gaming, and getting all your ROMs and emulations happening. And so, anyways, this is where I'm like researching because there's actually a ton of different options. These classic sort of Game Boy style, the more like modern Steam Deck vibe. The Flip 2 is actually really cool, because I love the Nintendo DS Lite, and there's just something really durable and reliable about that Flip. But the form factor, every review keeps pointing me this way. The RP5 is intensely powerful, and the price point is actually very reasonable for what it's capable of. Anyways, total side note, but that's where my YouTube algae is like at these days. So I'm just not seeing any Splinterlands content unless I actively pursue it. Even People's Guild, when they drop a big, I want to watch Rogue, and I have to see it in Discord, like, hey, we dropped a new one. Comments. I want to open some packs. I want to show you some more battles. I want to keep engaging with the comments. Voros, I like to roll the dice, bro. Me too, man. I'm a gambling man, but I don't know what you're referring to anymore. Our Fate of Glory, good to see you, pal. How are games going, man? Things are going great. I'm top 10 in Diamond Leaderboard. Currently queued up for 200,000 glint, which will be sick. Obviously, I'd love to see that. I might play some matches here live, but I'm so dialed in now. Like, I'm so attentive. Like it's so much harder to talk to you guys narrate what I'm doing and why, and still formulate the best options. Because many times right now, with between Rebellion and Conclave, both of which I am like really rapidly upgrading my deck in a massive way over the last few weeks. Things are changing so dramatically. My synergies that I'm relying on are by no means defined. I am exploring, I am learning, and I'm iterating, and I really need to be dialed in. So right now with the leaderboard end of season, I don't think I actually will play some battles here, because I can't give it the attention while hanging out with you guys. But I'm doing great. I'm fighting hard, and I am renting one card right now. I'm renting a max level Venka. Venka is so good. Venka feels, at least in where I'm playing, I see a lot of Venka, and he's a big product of why I'm winning when I'm winning. Let's see. Okay, I won that one. No Venka. One no Venka. I'm going to try and see. There's a Venka win. My 4 matches in. There's a Venka win. 2 out of the top 5. There's a Venka win. 3 out of the top 8, I think. Venka loss. Venka loss. Venka win. Like I'm playing him like every other game almost. There's another Venka. There's another Venka. You know, and I think he's probably 60% win rate, maybe 55. So it's not even like, it's not a slam dunk, but I'm getting a lot of utility out of him. A lot of play, a lot of power. And a Kane, like we talked about speed play. A Kane in conjunction with a Venka is crazy. The amount of times you just delete your opponent's team before they get to go. It's nutty. It's nutty. And there you go. Like, I know there's blast in the situation. It doesn't have to be. But I absolutely erased like 40 or 50 hit points there. Because of trample, because of, you know, the blast, because of the, you know, it's crazy. There's another Venka win. Another Nidhogger. And I like doing this too, talking speed plays lately. I will give myself different looks. So I built this team with Nidhogger. Obviously, I'm thinking speed. And you, of course, you're always wondering if blast is going to work in this situation, though blast or explosive weaponry was a rule set, so I didn't need to think about that. But when you build one of these tactics teams, one of the things that I like to do is I like to imagine more than one pathway for me to optimize its functionality. So I'm obviously thinking charge, and we're just going to steamroll the front line. I'm going to put them both on speed. But then there's some versatility. Like, what if he had a front line that was totally not going to fall to these guys? I don't know what that would look like, but imagine that was possible. Maybe I want to go sneak attack, and maybe I really need to lean into that. Or maybe I need to really lean into the front line. So I've got different alternatives. I can't do them all because I only get 3 tactics applications. But I'm primarily imagining these two are going to get the execute and the speed buff, which is nutty with both of them. But I'm also kind of wondering, what about the other 3 options? And I give myself those outlets to explore that, or I try to always, whenever possible. This is an interesting synergy right here. He brought the Shock Trooper Electrify, which is going to spark. How come it didn't nuke the Moribund Aerobait? He doesn't. Because he has weak magic's rule set. But hang on, I need to pause. Often with this card, Moribund Aerobait, you need to kind of put it in the front line in order to see that its Bloodline Tribute, which is its main role, is going to be put to work. But I like what he's doing over here with the Electrified, and it's not working in this way because of the weak magic, but regularly this would just kill him. And that's kind of good. I'm actually okay with that. Like, I want this to die, and I don't necessarily always want to put it in the front row. So that's interesting. I'm going to think about that. Sorry for interrupting the battle if you guys were watching that unfold, but look at this. It doesn't look good. And then it does. And then it does. There was a trample, like right at the end there. That I gotta watch that again. There was a trample that killed 3 monsters because trample with blast with execute. So we killed, we trampled, and then we executed, and it deleted 3 major monsters. Like it looks like we're cooked right now. now Orban comes back. We missed that one too, by the way, which is super annoying. Whenever I miss, I get like I think on this match in particular, I actually was freaking out. There was a place where I go, oh, right now I think I rage quit, and I later came back and saw that I won. And so this is me watching it, I think, for the first time. That, and then look at, like, that is so nutty what just happened there. It was a total game change. And even still, I look like I'm cooked. But there's an execute on the Blazebeard, and he's bloodlusting up, and like that worked out right at the end here. I love it. The game is so exciting right now. Tail says Nidhogger with Desolation gives an effective speed of 12.5 to non-flyers when enraged. That's nuts. If you give it phase ward, good call, dude. Good luck. Yes, man, that's so cool. I've thought about that. I've theorized about that previously, and when I talked a little bit about that card on my initial review, I just kind of was like, that card's crazy, Desolation, but I haven't tried it at all, and I don't have mine. Was only at level 2, I think. So I'm interested to see how, because it has Spite and it has the ability. Let me just pull it up. There it is. Okay, hang on, back out. I want to look at the max one. Boom. So it's got, I love the wing break on the archery card, because it could theoretically, correct me if I'm wrong, Tails, fire from the first position, right? Right? So like usually in archery cannot without close range, but everything you just described would be really interesting because you've got enrage, flying, very reasonable 5 speed. Then you put a phase on it because of, like you say, the Jaikarilla, and the speed is going to go nuts. You're going to have phase and flight. It's, yeah, that sounds fun. And then if it does get hit, and it should be able to fire from the first position because of wing break, which always targets the first flying unit in the, regardless of abilities or rule sets. Interesting, right? So if my opponent has flyers in the back line, what if they have a flyer in the front line? Does that allow me to fire archery close range if they have a flyer in the front line? I don't know, and I want to know, and I like this card. I like it a lot. Merlin's, good to see you, pal. Thanks for popping through. Alex, Dwayne, about to become an American. Marathons hurt, yeah, I bet they do. I've run lots of big runs, 20K, 30K. I ran a 20 the other day. Okay, Splinter stats. I don't know about Splinter stats. Tails, you might be better off getting all that CP into your wagons. I would wonder that, but a black foil. So a black foil arcane. Here's something that I'm a little critical about recently, and I know I think there's something in the works to figure this out a little bit, but the black foils and the black foil arcanes have the same CP. 262 is a nutty amount of CP. This black foil has a nutty 262,000 CP. The black foil arcane has 262,000 CP. This is a 1 of 1. I think there needs to be a sliding scale there. I know that this is a crazy bump than we've ever seen. I feel like the arcanes need to be higher. And the same thing with the gold foil arcane, where the gold foil equivalent, if you were to buy a max copy, you're going to get 12,500. I'm going to bring up my calculator. Go 12.5 times 11, no, times 4, 50,000, and you go times 1.05 because you get a little bonus when you have a max copy of a card, 5% bonus. And so a max gold foil is going to give you 52,500. And then when I come back to my main camera, we look at the gold foil arcanes. There are none, but I know for a fact, it's the same. Let's see. Gold arcanes. There's got to be one on the market, right? Okay, wait, there's one right here. 52,500. So the gold arcane, which there are, I think, only going to be 4 of them or 5 of them. We could check that out too. Conclave. leaderboard or Conclave prizes, and let's go look up filthy scavenger. There's only going to be 5 of the gold arcanes, and there could be countless golds, and yet somehow it doesn't get that distinction. I don't know if it should be 5x more, but shouldn't it be like a little more? And same with the black foil arcanes. Shouldn't it be a little more than the blacks? I think so. I don't know if it's double what I just think that might have been a little oversight by the team, and maybe there's something in the works to try and figure that out, or to give something else for, I don't know. But I also think the commenter is making a strong point about how the amount of CP you could get out of that. Like, I mean, if I was looking at that the other day, if you just went for that one card, let's pull up the calculator again, that one gold foil arcane Nighttails has, we said it was 262 or something like that. Call it 265,000 collection power for that one black foil arcane legendary. That is how much CP you've got from that one card. And you go times 24 hours in a day, because every hour your CP in your wagon is going to add up and add up and add up to points. This is how much CP points, or we call it HR, you would have per hour. And you go across the month, and this is how many HR you would have within 1 month, which I expect to be the window for one airdrop. And you divide that by 100,000 to see how many tickets you would get for that given airdrop. On literally that one card, Tails should get 1,900 chances to get an airdrop on the first airdrop. 1,900 airdrop chances. And if we look at what happened with Rebellion, the first card, which was Rage, I think. Yes, it was. It was at 200 chances got you an airdrop, a guaranteed airdrop. So that one card might get Tails a guaranteed drop of 9 of the first airdrop. Now, I actually think they'll probably bump up the numbers. Those are rookie numbers. I think they're going to bump up the cost. I think they're going to bump up the guaranteed HR to get a guaranteed card drop. I bet, because black foils are giving so much more CP, and so I have to imagine that they'll change the numbers. Are they going to go 300? That would be a 50% increase. That's kind of what I'm imagining. So either way, point of the story is the collection power, and therefore the HR available from a card like that, is nutty, and the airdrops are super exciting. When are Conflicts launching? Very soon. We don't know the exact date on that, but it's going to probably be in June, late June maybe. Tales for the Cryptmancer. If it is not sold by wagons, it will be printing legendary airdrops for sure. Got to hit the bell notification with all the settings. I absolutely will. YouTube, don't F with SPL. Absolutely. YouTube silencing the voices of SPL. They're trying to nerf us, guys. They're trying to shut us down. Okay, and then Voros got to shoot, but see in. Okay, later, pal. Figuring out this new meta is so much fun right now. Absolutely. There's so many cool things that maybe not everybody's seeing, and you start to get to it's almost like you learn a skill. It's like you learn a new hook shot or a new dribble pattern, and you can kind of score on your opponents in ways. It's really fun. And then maybe they start doing it too. So there's that, but it's very satisfying to think through. The game is absolutely pretty lit, but we need new rewards cards. Toro, I don't think we're going to get them anytime soon, but in campaign mode, when we get campaign mode, which I imagine is soon, I don't actually know a date on that either, but when we get campaign mode, we will also get foundation cards, or the two are trying to be linked. And foundation cards will be new promo cards not promo cards, they'll be new reward cards that are earnable through campaign mode. Now, foundation cards will not be particularly powerful. In fact, they will be intentionally underpowered, but every card has its functionality. The worst card of the worst card of the worst card in this game is still good in some situations. And options are power as much as, top tier cards are power, right? It matters especially in some of the really restrictive rule sets that you have more cards. So if a one rule set says odds only and it says magic only, like good luck building out a team. And then by the way, it might say like you got to pick white team. Maybe it's 13 mana, one splinter available, magic only, odds only. Like that's such a restrictive rule set that Foundation will really bring not only new options, but greater complexity, brand new synergies, and interesting new calculations for the player, right? That's player agency. That's where the entertainment value sort of stems from. Crystal, good to see you. Thanks for coming through. And Steve, you too, pal. That was a crazy little match. Absolutely, man. I've been seeing some nutty matches lately. Maybe I'll pull up another one here in a minute. Actually, maybe do I have any? What have I been noticing? I don't know if I've noticed. Like I've been seeing. Like I say, I haven't been mentioning Cryptic because I didn't want his price point to move, but I really think there's something special about the blind from Cryptic in conjunction with the blue and the black team. I think I already made that point a little bit with some of the really evasive monsters, the phase potential, etc. Another thing I'm seeing is that, and this isn't news to anybody, but this card collection, the Fire Team, the Cavewise Wayfinder with the Vicious Draft, I've actually said that too many times, but I think it just works, man. It just works. The shield on the Cavewise with the ambush and the synergistic, like they are so well suited. It's like these two cards were designed for each other. You've got the Reckless over here, which hurts the Giraffe, which props up its Painforge, and then the Giraffe helps the Cavewise with the shield. It's perfect. It's a match made in heaven. And so those cards are amazing. I don't feel like that's a surprise to anybody. What else? Is there something here I'm seeing that maybe you aren't? I talked a lot about Venka. I think Venka probably has a very powerful place in the meta, more than I like, because the truth is I don't have a max Venka. Like I said, I've been playing it on every other match. I showed you already the Shapeshifter, and I think that's a powerful thing to do. Kane, I think, has a new wind in his sails these days. This is interesting, maybe. Yeah, this is a bit of an interesting one. So making sure you're maximizing, like I'm really trying to explore how to use Reckless. And in this one, I built this team thinking it was going to be a Reckless play. So this isn't actually how I wanted it, but this will show you one thing that I also like. So I'm trying to explore Reckless in conjunction, obviously, with Painforge. And that is, I think, pretty interesting. But Blank, this is one thing I want to show. Anu Huntswoman. I was really saying this card, I thought it was kind of crappy. But I don't think so at all anymore. I think it's a great alternative to what's that card called? I'll just look it up like this, Flank. So the Silverblade Fighter is amazing. It has Void Armor as well. So does the Anu Fighter. It has Protect, which makes it probably better than the Anu, plus it's 6 mana, not 7. But then Anu has 5 damage and Silverblade has 3. And Flank is so crucial because it opens the door for different key secondary monsters that couldn't do as much damage from the second spot. But when I get the Flank here, I can drop the Runic Skychonk as a double striking monster. If I put a Painforge monster in the third spot, I think this would be this might have been a more optimized play. And then if I put the Ganache in the spot next to it, and then Corrupted Healing, which there are more of them now, is even more powerful now in the context of Reckless, because Reckless is annoying in how you will, right, and how you're gonna wound or kill your own monsters, but you get that Corrupted Heal and just bring everything back to life, dude. So this one's gonna work out for me. Reckless in conjunction with Corrupted Healing, and Flank Anu Huntswoman, respecting the Anu Huntswoman with the Flank potentiality, because it opens the door for instance, secondary for Runic Skychonk. Like that's a card I really like. I talked about that card previously. But there's so many cool things going on. There's so many cool things. Those are just a few of them. I talked about Shapeshift. What else did I talk about? Let's look at top battles from Champ. Let's see what they're doing. I'm not gonna. That's just like a one I've seen 1,000 times. Let's look for something I haven't seen. Mantaroth too. Like, I see a fair bit of Mantaroth now, which another reason why I want to bring Cryptic, because I want to be able to counter. I want to expose that shield away, but you can't expose anything away if you bury the Mantaroth behind a flanker. And then, by the way, Venka just doing his dirty work back there. And he's got the Mantaroth, the True Strike too. So all your evasiveness means nothing. It means nothing to me because I have Mantaroth. And the Poison Burst is dude, Poison Burst is actually really nasty. At first I thought Poison Burst would just impact the monster that killed, but it seems like it like blasts upon the neighboring ones. Like, this is not even very close. The Mantaroth is just putting in work, and the front line is just doing what it needs to do. And yes, it's like, oh my bad. Is this not going to work out? Yeah, it is going to work out. Yeah, the Poison Burst quietly doing its thing, and the Mantaroth just not going down, and the self-repair, oh, that looked like it was not going to work, and then suddenly it just started turning around. Yeah, Mantaroth's one I don't have either. But I think Venka, if you were looking to be a top tier player, as far as I can see, and I'm not a top tier player, but I'm saying like Venka seems more impactful than a Mantaroth does. But I'm loving exploring all this. TV, yeah, I made that point in our video that a low mint numbers doesn't seem to be enough to make the Arcane worth. Yeah, I actually watched that one, Steve. I watched that one with you and Bebe Omega, and I think you're right. I think there's something. I don't know what that needs or means. You talked about how we could do a proposal, and I think that probably makes a lot of sense. Anyways, we'll see what happens. Tail says, any BF legendary will provide 125,000 PP on land before any land bonuses. Isn't there a PP bonus maximum? Like, wasn't there a thing with all the alpha gold foils where we were like, these cards are making broken returns? And didn't we like cap what one card could do or something? Why not? Good to see you, man. Thanks for popping by. If you currently had 40K in DEC, what would you do with it? 40,000 DEC, I have that actually. And I think you mean US dollars maybe. Probably $40,000 in DEC. I would honestly buy Conclave packs. No, I would activate all of my land. I'd buy a bunch of chaos cards, gold foil, in order to activate my land in a more optimized way. And that might cost like 10 grand to like buy a crazy amount of gold foils from Conclave. Or from Chaos. I'd activate my land, which would cost, it's about 400,000 DC to do 10 plots. So it'd be $4,000. Sorry, it's about $400 worth of DC to activate 10 plots. So you got to times that by 10 to activate 100, which I just bought a tract of land. So $4,000 US dollars in DC to activate my land. For $10,000 worth of cards to populate my land. That's $15,000 worth of assets right there. The other 35, I would definitely I'd put like a good 2,000 to 5,000 into land liquidity pools. Wood, stone, and iron probably, because they're the ones that you would have the greatest impact for the least amount of money. And I'd probably spend 20 grand on Conclave packs. Like I probably would. And some key cards like the Mantaroths and the Venkas. Now, if you just mean 40,000 DC, which is just 400, is that $40? Yeah, it's just $40. $40. I would like ascertain what I'm trying to do. Am I trying to play at the highest levels of, let's say, Diamond? There might be one key common card or two key common cards that I could bring up to level 6 or 7 or 8. And that actually might make a difference. I would probably look at the Cavewise Wayfinder and the Vicious Giraffe, and they're going to be too much. But do you need, 100 BCX of each of them to try and bring you up? Are there any key cards where you could, spend 10 or 20 bucks to bring them to a new level that's going to really introduce something brand new, something new and powerful for you? That would be a way I would explore spending 40 bucks. But yeah, 40 grand or 40 bucks, totally different stories. Thanks for the question. I even got a level 3 Vicious Draft hitting with 9 melee. That's amazing. If you call it before the set releases, the draft was going to be a great. Yeah, I did. I absolutely did. I think the 2 damage output seems like off-putting, or like you almost want to disregard the Vicious Draft because you're like, isn't it lame? Is like maybe your one's first reaction, but then you just go and you're like, oh, it actually has crazy potential opportunity, like damage output potentiality. At the highest levels, you got the shield ward, which is so great with a reach monster, and for it to have a good amount of hit points instead of the mana ward, which only has 4 hit points or whatever, which is such, and it has no reach. It's no comparison. The Vicious Giraffe is way better at providing the shield on your primary tank. And then for it to have Pain Forge while the Vicious or the Wayfinder has Reckless, they love each other. That's a 1-2 punch made in heaven. I already said that already, but it just is true. And Shatter with the speed is great, right? Because like when you bring out your big monster with your big armor, but he's going to hit it because he got 6 speed. He's not slow. He's not going to miss. And when he hits, he can take away 10, 12, 15 armor or something crazy in certain situations. So yeah, anyway, Vicious Draft. That would be, if you really wanted to move the needle in a small way with 40 bucks, you just got to find your own gaps. Are you playing at silver? What cards are necessary for high level silver? You can watch some matches, watch what the top tier silver leaders are playing with, and how could you emulate those performances? And there might be ways where you would have a Vicious Draft or a key card at like a less than optimized level, but maybe at a functional level. And navigating that is like really the complicated part about being an excellent player in Splinterlands, because it's one thing to understand how to build a team, how to utilize a team. It's another thing how to build a team in the marketplace. Actually, I'm gonna rip some packs here. Flank plays are super strong right now, absolutely, and it's so interesting how actually Leaderboard champ. I saw a flank play. I don't usually say top battles champion. I saw a flank play here. This is a flank play I see all the time. You get the Silverblade Fighter in the first, and you put the Commander Slade in the second, and then he's probably going to put the armor piercing on the Commander Slade, which means that the 7 armor, which becomes 8 because of EMP and becomes 10 because of Swordblade, is going to be an actual nuclear bomb from the second position. That's what I bet he's doing. Yeah, it is. I can see the pierce and the armor strike. And so this I see all the time, and this is one example of it. But you could also put the Anu in the first position, and that will be fine too, which is interesting if you don't own the Silverblade. And that's another thing you could think through if you're on a budget to try and maximize your impact. You explore different cards that do similar things and find the most effective utilization of your money. Wow, this was actually really close, but EMP pulls it out with the Commander Slade. And then let's go back. Top battles, champ. I saw another flank play. This is another card I like. It's not going to work, so I'm not going to play that one. I showed this flank play with the Fallen Flame Eye and the Mantaroth in the second position that barely worked out for Mantaroth. Here's another flank play. This is a flank play I never see. Interesting. So this is cool though, because I actually was talking about finding value in Rebellion cards, and I talked about some of the epics, and I talked about how there are some Rebellion cards, like Rebellion cards are going to give you half of the airdrop points in your mage wagons that Conclave will. And so I talked about, if you're going to spend 15 or 20 bucks on an epic from Conclave, and you're thinking, well, I want airdrop points, you should also recognize that there might be key epics from Rebellion you don't have, and 2 epics from Rebellion will equate to 1 epic from Conclave. And so can you afford more than 2 BCX of a Rebellion card epic for the same price as 1 CC of an epic Conclave? Because if so, maybe that makes sense. And Infernal Firestorm was one of the epics I said I like playing. I think it's got some reasonable functionality. And, again, to Steve's point, it's a flanker, which then puts Ordom in the second spot and sort of opens up some interesting things. Let's see this one play out. He's got a taunt back here. I love this Umbral, by the way. I got that Umbral. Wow. Huge. Man, I hate Heloise the Hollow. Like, I hate losing to it, is the truth. And I love that she missed on the Keelan Gaines right there. And the shield from the Bellomancer prevented like a major death there. And then the armor on the Umbral. Like everything, nothing's working. The key to a Heloise the Hollow is it's got to delete. And it's hit 4 or it's fired 4 times, but it hasn't killed anything. Actually, maybe it killed one thing. I don't think it's killed anything. And it's wearied their whole team almost, except for the giraffe. No, he's wearied everything. So you got no more lives, Heloise. Things aren't looking so good for the downtown team. Like top line has only 2 cards. I think Tofu's gonna win this though, right? Like how is it? Look at how crazy this is. He has 2 cards. It looks done. He looks cooked, but I don't think he is. Oh, the life leech on the Keelan Gaines. I talked about this too. Life leech Keelan Gaines is such a crazy look. 1v3 and it's Keelan Gaines versus Keelan Gaines, but Weary, dude. Weary he brutalized his team and he just like took the wind out of his own sails. That was a very interesting match, and how it, the Gamer 08 looked like he had it, but the Heloise Weary just like made him non-competitive across time. And that one, if that had landed, the Heloise had a 4-speed differential and there's no blind. So there's a 40% chance that he missed that. And if he had hit that shot on the Keelan, that's a different game, I think. Because that would have never, well, yeah, the Weary is more the tail. Anyways, great match. Great match. I'm going to let that play while I just keep checking in with chat. The squirrel is the Venka counter. Have some fast attack and put that taunt. Yeah, absolutely. I do that sometimes. I don't find I have as much success with squirrel as I used to before Conclave. And that's an interesting conversation a little bit. We could peek at that for a moment. Like we'll just go to top leaderboard on Diamond and on Champ, and I'm just going to scroll down and I'm going to see if I'm seeing anyone play squirrel. Because I do sometimes, of course, and I do what you just said. I absolutely will put a taunt on the Venka. Look at this match. How is this guy going to win? He does. Crazy. Okay, so good shot, Brave Tofu. Okay, so we'll go top battles, and we're going to Champ, and we're going to look for, who are we looking for? We're looking for Squirrel. I'm looking for anybody who plays Squirrel. Okay, nope. Any Squirrel matches. There's a Squirrel. Tofu won it with Squirrel. Let me just scroll and see if I see any more, though, first. So we got one match. Two matches. Ank played them. In the top 20, I believe there's 20 matches on this scroll down. Ank played it versus Gamer808, and Tofu played it. And frankly, they both got the W. Hang on, let's slow down. So what's going to happen here? In this match, I have to believe that the Riskal Drath is going to win because of the True Strike potentiality. Because like what Purple or what Gamer08 is trying to play is Cryptic Blind with Commander Slade, and then speed manipulation. 1, 2, 3, 4 speed manipulations. He came into this thinking, you are never going to hit me. Game over. But Riskal Drath came out, and True Strike for 2 different monsters is all he needs. So if I were playing this match, He's got the Mantaroth as well in the flank position, which is going to do True Strike by itself. But then if I'm playing this match, what I would have done is True Strike. On the Dahlia, because of the double strike, and you're going to maximize the damage output and the speed damage because of the risk cal also reduces your opponent's speed, and then Rush Townsend you got to put because the ambush is going to drop. I think that's the thing. I think that's it. That's the story. It's not the taunt. It's definitely the True Strike. Did he? He didn't. Dude, hang on a second. Did he not do? He didn't put it there. He didn't. I don't think he used his tactic. He didn't put it there. He didn't put it. Yeah, he didn't use his tactic because he also didn't put a taunt unless he put a taunt. I might be missing it, but I'm not seeing that he used his tactic at all. Ah, okay. So he used it on that. That's interesting. That's really interesting. He used a taunt on his third monster to let the Mantaroth cook, essentially. Interesting. Whoa, hang on a second. Right there, he hit one of his Rush Townsend shots on the Commander Slade, which is meaningful right now in round 2. It's a 5 bomb on the Commander Slade. Broke some armor, which really matters. And he only had 2 speed versus 7 with a dodge, with a blind. So he had no business hitting that shot. This is like a lucky shot from Ank. This is a lucky W so far. I think this is just like a pure, honestly, he shouldn't win this match. But the true striking Mantaroth does what he needs to do, gets through the wall, and Rush Townsend hit a key shot that it had no business hitting. Frankly, this should be, how are you going to win this even? Like, a trample, a timely trample that he had no business hitting. And another shot, like, I know that it's more and more likely that these shots are going to land, but the speed differential is still bad. Like now it's actually pretty decent, but it was like 2 and 3 and there's still a blind. Yeah. I mean, Ank, I think got lucky here and he using I gotta restart that because I want to see that he put a taunt on the halfling refugee. He did, man, the play, the maximum optimized play here, in my opinion, is true strike. And I think if he had done that, it's lights out. There's no, am I missing something? Like, does he have an opportunity monster that would have really wreaked havoc on the back line? No. Does he have a sneak monster? No. He would have crushed if every one of these shots hit. If all of those Delia shots and every Townsend shot lands, or every Venka for that matter, you could have done Venka with the True Strike. Wow. So interesting. Look at, like, I mean, Delia missed probably 16 or maybe even 24 damage. The amount of evasiveness that Gamer08 was able to pull and actually deserved to pull was gigantic. Like, he probably ducked 50 damage, maybe more. Wow. Interesting. Really great game. Okay, I'm going to rip some packs. Currently top 50 in silver, but my deck still needs a lot of work. Cool. Too many holes in the moment. Yeah. Yeah, man. The build make sure your summoners are maxed out and you got multitude of options. And I know you can't buy everything you're going to want for $40, but you can buy some key things, right? Or you can just even, if you can squeak one card that matters to that next level, that can really be a game changer. Let's rip some packs. Guys, before I get into the packs though, 22 people hanging out, 6 likes. Do me a favor, hit the like if you're enjoying the content. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Appreciate you. Let's get some pack openings. Okay, come over here to open. I picked up 38. Let's get a couple. I can't quite get 2 more. 38 feels like a good little number. We're going to rip them. And we'll move through. We want to do one at a time. I mean, one at a time. Let's do one at a time. I'm not in a rush. Right? How long have we been going? Going for an hour? Yeah, we're gonna open 38 packs, and I already got my potions, and they're already on. So let's unmute the site. Let's see what we get. Okay, Kaboomist. Nice. I do not have a Max Delia or Deep Delver, and this is one of the more expensive rare cards because it has Corrupted Healing. Vicious Draft, thank you very much. And Step Stalker, I guess. Do you call that Step? Is it Steppy? I call it Step Stalker. Good cards. I like them. I like all those cards. Actually, Max Kaboomist, I don't necessarily care about. Okay. Ashen Cindergrim, I have a max copy of this card, and I really do like it. It has Silence at the highest levels, 4 mana, 2 damage output, but 3 if you use Lorcus, and it has Opportunity. So it's a great little magic monster for, for 4 mana. And the kit is quite synergistic, when you're imagining your, especially magic-only rule sets. And then Happy Quokka is a card I don't have maxed out. I do not have maxed out. I'm less interested in it. Opportunity, melee damage output. I think it does 4 at the highest levels, and it weapons trains, which is cool. But I'm not. There are certain like I was alluding to with Our Faded Glory. There are cards that you are interested in. Like if you want to optimize your growth, you're gonna ascertain like what cards you think will move the needle greatest in the most for the least financial outlay. And I don't know that Happy Quokka is that piece. It's a thing I probably ultimately will want. And I'm not trying to say it's a bad card. I'm just saying there are other cards. There's so many cards, and many of them are excellent. And I don't think this compares to a lot of the best cards. And actually, I want to also say, I think Our Faded Glory, we'll finish this pack. Step Stalker, and then we got, oh, epic, let's go. Lucky Long Shot, $2 card probably. Okay. Was it? Yeah, I think Our Faded Glory talked about doing a, did you do the video talking about on X, talking about how you want to do, a $50 account and see where that goes? I think that was you. And man, good call. Good play. Like, I love to see it because that's kind of what Gathering the Magic likes to do. And I think it's really valuable because there's a huge community of people that are going to look at this game from a different lens. Like when I first read your question, I actually thought you meant $40,000 US worth of DC, which is a total different conversation. But that is like oftentimes what people, and myself included, where our heads will go when we talk about, really making Splinterlands, like making splashes. But you can have fun and you can make a splash for a $10 spellbook. Gathering has done that. He's earned, I want to say $500-600. You'd have to go look at his account number. His account name is, I can't remember right now. He has a $10 account. He didn't put any money into it except for money he earned through crypto. No fiat currency. And he earned SPS. And he's gotten like a good amount of cards. He plays, I think, at bronze, silver, something like that. And he'll buy cards here and there. He doesn't give anything to that account. He hasn't received any gifts. It's like he's come a long way and he's having fun doing it. And there's a whole community in the world, in the world, millions and billions of people that would probably, if they understood what was possible in the context of Splinterlands, they would be deeply interested from that perspective. So good for you, pal. Okay, let's keep going. Every single card could be a black foil arcane. Every single card, a black foil arcane legendary, which we just said would give you 1,900 airdrop chances. 9 or 10 guaranteed airdrops could be right in this $4 pack. Let's find out together. Bludgeon Hucker. Mad Kaboomist again. I don't have either of those maxed out, so while I don't think either of them are particularly important, I'm happy to see cards I don't have maxed. Caravan Guard is a card I do need to max, and I have not yet maxed. So thank you for that one. And it is one of the more expensive commons as well. Fenmore Wood Troll, another card. None of these cards. I have a very strong Conclave deck already. I'll show you guys maybe in a minute, but none of these cards do I have maxed out. Oh, and another epic. Let's go. Okay. $1.50 for the War Wall Juggernaut. So from a financial perspective, because of the two epics, you know, we are undervalue on our pack purchases, but we are not like taking a bath. We're getting some value back. And of course I want the cards anyways. Quill Storm Mage, I do not have maxed out. I think it only does 2 damage at the higher levels. And I don't know the rest of its kit, if I'm honest. It's getting a lot of Stepstalkers. Another epic, let's go. And Auroral Elemental is one of the ones I don't have maxed. It is one of the cheaper epics. I think it's like selling for 90 cents or $1.20 or something like that. So it's one of the cheaper epics, but I think, you know, with the Protect and the Reach, it's a fine option, especially for 5 mana, which is on the lower side. Virid Venomancer is a card I really like, actually. And it has Shield Ward, so it can provide shield to the monster in front, which is cool because that's one of 3 cards I think that do that. So it's a cool card. And a rare, let's go. Epic rare and a Fight Bladestorm. $1.50 Summoner, $1 Epic, strong pack opening. Let's keep going. Doing pretty solid. I'm expecting a black foil. I am. I've opened 4 of them with a lot of packs, 600 packs, but I'm expecting one today. Let's go. Kalia Silverleaf. And another rare. And I don't have a Flame for Hire, and I really want this card maxed out. Let's go. Okay, Mystic Mudminer is a solid pickup. I think I have him maxed. TBD. And another rare. Look at this, triple rare. Three rares, 1 pack. Shout out to Jeff Opens Cards. This is a nice one too. Shadowfae Chic. This has Life Leech and does 3 damage at the highest levels. I really, really like this card, and I do not have it maxed, and I want it maxed. It's actually on my, like, it's high on my priority list. Let's keep going. 3 rares, 1 pack. Solid turnout, and a few summoners so far. Like, these are good. And I've been buying summoners too. I've got my max level Gnome summoner. I also have the max level Uland summoner. I do not have the others maxed out, but I think my Kalia Silverleaf, or whatever she's called, the elf, is at level 7, I believe. Boring Hobgoblin I really like, and I think is actually something I need to focus on. I'm just less concerned about the commons, a little bit less concerned, so I'm waiting for the right prices or the right opportunities with maybe a black foil. But it has silence, and I think you really, like, there's not a lot, like, a lot of my options. I want to have tons of headwinds options, as well as silence options, as well as speed options. You need to have a diversity of cards in order to make certain reliable plays happen, and silence is a key ability. So I want another one of that. Not Boring Hobgoblin is a pathway for that. Cave Wise, rare. I feel like I'm getting lucky. Like, these are good series of packs. We are, you know, undervalue on them. Probably shooting at $2.50 per pack instead of 4, but every single chance, every single card is another chance for a big drop. Rare out the gate. I do not have a max Diviner, and this is a key card. 2 double rares. I don't have a max Platypus. I feel like I have everything maxed, but that's what I would have said before I started, and yet every card feels like I'm saying the same thing. I don't have a max. I don't have a max. Triple, 3 rares, 1 pack, and an epic. This is a great pack. Okay, Swiftbeard is a solid card. Bar Diviner, amazing card. Fenmore, fine card. Strong, I would say. And Folan Flameye, I don't have maxed. Cool. Great pack. We'll open one more, and I'll check them in chat and see if there's anything you guys are seeing or wondering. And I'll keep ripping. Okay. Oh, epic. Hodler, great card. I just got a max Conclave Artificer, and I really love this card. The only non-attacking monster from the deck, the Conclave set, and it has, I want to say, 6 or 7 armor, which is void, plus a good amount of hit points. all for 4 mana. Very resilient, very versatile because of its neutrality. Great card. Epic and a rare. I don't have a Flamunculus either. This is like, these are good pulls, man. No legendaries yet, but I'm feeling strong about this. And there's another Caravan. Alkin Geodist is one epic or one rare that I really think is silly. I am not a fan of it. Stever said about that battle with Ank. Maybe Ank didn't wait to see the team. That's possible. Yeah, that's possible. Maybe he just had to submit. So then he wanted to create a taunt distraction. I mean, it worked for him too, by the way. So it's like, I shouldn't make fun. Like, guy pulled out Love W. Why not 1, 2, 3, 4? GL on the packs. Thank you. Go on packs. If you're at silver and have 40,000 DEC, might try 20 starter packs. That's an interesting play, and see what you get from there, and use what's left to get caught up. That's a really interesting play. Yeah, and Tails agrees. Yes, sir. A $7 account. Still working on it. Yeah, our Fate of Glory. Great job, Pat. Great job. Great intentional supplying content for an audience that is going to desperately need it. They don't want to hear about, how they're going to, fight for Champion League top tier, because they don't want to put in $50,000 or whatever. Like, they want to hear, what can I do with 10, 20, 50, 60, 70 bucks? Appreciate you, Baki. We're going to open some more in a minute. So many of these cards look so good in black foil. Absolutely. Black foil is like really aesthetically pleasing. Absolutely. Painforge. I'm not sure what the context of that one is, but Painforge is an amazing ability, especially with Reckless. When you use it well with Reckless. Max Summoners. Baki, I have a couple. Devin, good to see you. I have a couple Max Summoners. Thanks for popping by, Devin. I agree with you, Stever. I was flipping $1 packs for a while. Yeah, there's good value in there with the summoners being still in that. Some of them now over $2. Like the gnome is selling for more than $2 for the CC, which means if you're ripping $1 packs and you're only getting commons and rares, and there's 55 cards that could drop in there, you got don't you have a 1 in 10 chance that one of these is going to be right? If they have to be common and rare, and there's 55 cards, it's like 1 in 11 would be a summoner. In fact, I feel like the odds are probably better than that, because you are getting a guaranteed rare, and of the rares, there's only 25 or 24 rares or something. I can't do that math in my head, but it's not bad odds for $1. And then the summoners are selling for more than that. All of them, actually. All of them are selling for, like the Conclave summoners. The cheapest one is $1.70. Oh, hang on, that's max. What's going on here? So the cheapest one's on the high bid $1.49, low BCX $1.70, $1.93 over here on the Razi, $2.25 on the Kavor. Interesting. I don't know if I would agree that this is the better of the options. In my opinion, and I have already maxed these because of this, I think Bella Radajowski is very strong, and I think Razi Klingtrap is very strong. Now, in large part, that decision is based on how many Ulans and Gnomes there are, and how there's some cool, really cool synergies in there. Of course, I like them all, and one day I hope that I can have them all. But yeah, Klingtrap with the Painforge synergy and opportunity, and then Radajowski in there. Yeah, those are where my head goes. Silverleaf could be maybe number 3 to me, because again, Shapeshifter is a play that I think, yes, you're going to be looking at leaves, are you going to be looking at elves, orcs, dwarves, like you're going to be looking for your bloodline specific synergies, and those are going to be game changing. But to me, the Shapeshifter question mark is the path to exponentially growing or impacting your play. Because if you are utilizing the right summoner with the right bloodline ability, with a shapeshifter that, like, for instance, Grammel the Hunger, that is just kind of broken when you, for instance, put a Painforge on it, or when you put a Execute on it, or when you put a Shield on it. Well, maybe that's less broken, but it's certainly valuable. You know what I mean? Like, that to me is like the unlock. Yes, Execute can be really powerful with every leaf, with every elf probably, and so Painforge can be really effectively used with any gnome, but the shapeshifters are that sort of 2x impact, in my opinion. Let's keep opening. Vicious, Yanni Oracle, nice. Conclave Artificer, Cave Vise, and Stampeding Calf. One of my less impactful rips. Get a few more. Thunderous Herald, nice, epic. Double epic, huge. What are we repping here? Ferris Brewer. Nice. Okay, so what I see here is, first of all, a card that has charge, that has, I want to say, Relentless Strike. Yes, it does at the higher levels, which I really actually like. Relentless Strike is like quite impactful. And the neutral I really enjoy. I don't have a max one of this. I really think it's, you know, worth it, especially for the 4 mana. Thunderous Herald I also really like. I like all these cards. Bristle Brigand, I pulled a black on that one, and it has Demoralize at the highest levels for 2 mana for it to do 2 damage with a good, I want to say 6 or 8 hit points. Like, it's just interesting for it. It's like a meat shield with the Demoralize in my mind. Runic Skychonk I really like. I showed you a battle earlier with the Armor Strike being effective with a flank from the second spot, so you get the Armor Strike and the magic damage output. And Aaron Duriel I don't have maxed out, but I think this is a strong card as well. Sneak range. Less common for me to play, but I like it. That was a solid pack. Deep Delver again, thank you very much. Closestorm Mage, Portly Cannoneer. One of my less underwhelming packs, or my more underwhelming packs, the Portly Cannoneer, a card I don't see the value in yet, and that could be my lack of imagination, but I don't see it. Bristleborn Brigand, you know, just a little underwhelming. But Deep Delver, thank you very much. Yes, please. Let's pull a legendary. This will be 10. I don't know what the odds are on legendaries, but I'd love to see a legendary gold foil. Oh, let's go. Gold Gorgug the Endless. That is a $15, $20 card. Nice pull. Nice rip. Quokka, thank you. And look at this pack turning out here, boys and girls. Gold Summoner, rare and epic. And another epic. Lucky Longshot. What a great, crazy, amazing pack so far. Wow. Wow. Great pack. That by itself changes the dynamics of all of these. And suddenly it's like that's the thing right now. Like, ripping these packs, if one of these goes black, it just pays for all of them. And it's like, or Gold Summoner. I don't have a max Gorgug either. So, I mean, that could be like a long-term hold, and maybe I just get enough of the Gorgugs. But like the Gold Gorgug, I could high bid sell that right now for $12. And you could put it on for 14 and probably it's going to move. Yeah, man. Cool. Gorgug I also like. I don't know if I like it as much as the other ones I was referring to earlier. $352 to buy a max Gorgug gold foil. What's the reg foil valuation on that? Probably a little less, 200, 250, 220. So 50% less to get the reg foil on that. Nice, man. Let's go. That's a great pack. $2. These are the 2 most expensive epics too, I think. And then that's like a 2 for $18 pack. Let's go. My mind goes like, you gotta like press them in a certain way. There's my imagination goes like, gotta unlock them in a certain specific order to maximize the functionality. Sylvan Sentinel with the Resurrect, one of the few Resurrects, and I'm glad to have that card. I don't have a max one, so let's go. Let's keep going. I'm starting to feel like I'm due for a black. And while we're at it, let's just make it a black foil Arcane. Nice. Silverleaf again. I feel like I'm doing really great. These are good pulls. What else we got? What else we got? Okay, Hobgoblin again. Spice Silverblade, another summoner. You know, that's great. And double rare. Okay, Grimward Rune Shot with the Relentless Strike. I like this card as well. Another neutral with a serious Relentless Strike ability, which is so helpful nowadays with Shield, for instance, being, you know, Relentless Strike just does more damage to the Shield monsters, not less but more. Do a couple more and then I'll check in with you guys and see what's up. Rare. Benmore. Cavewise. Stampeding Calf. I don't have maxed out. I kind of think this card's a little bit underwhelming, but it is only 3 mana, so hey. Let's go. Clank Trap. It looked like I clicked on it and it opened and then kind of fake not opened. Maybe I just am. Anyways, I thought I saw that. But cool. $2 summoner, you know. We're doing great financially. Like, I mean, if I was to sell these, I think we're breaking even. And you just go and roll more. And you like wait for that black foil, which changes the game. I probably will. Oh, started off with an epic too. I probably will sell that gold summoner. Okay, that was a good pull, and I just kind of ripped through it because I want to see a black. I feel like it's the next card. It's like just now. We're gonna click on the next one and it's gonna be a black foil. Nope. Epic. Leolin, thank you very much. Silverleaf and double it. Go. Another gold and an epic. Another $12 to $15 card, I bet. We're doing good. Like, we're doing great. And I have a max gold foil of that card. And so that's like probably a pretty easy sell, to be honest. What does that go for? $16. $12.50 high bid right now. Those two cards alone, $24. Those two cards alone, I can sell them to high bidders for $24. That's 6 packs paid for. And then there's lots of other cards, key cards I'm adding to my deck with. I got lots of summoners in there that were $2 pulls. I think we're well in the green here. I'm going to take a pause on that. Merlin's Matrix, casting some magic for your pack open. I appreciate you, pal. Devin Smith, I honestly think 600 to 700 starter packs is really worth it. If you get you get almost all the summoners to a very high level. I think this is frankly wise. Like, to me, I actually said before the sales began that I thought, like, even having like 2,000 of them, maybe like long term across time, I wouldn't want to just go buy them right now. This is the problem. It's like the value and the functionality alone. I think it's. Let's pull it up quickly. Conclave. I think that's it. Let's see. So look, check this out. There are 24 common cards and 29 rare cards. I said this in a video before, but that means there's 53 cards of 82 cards that are comprised within the common or the rare rarities. Why is that important? It means 5/8 of all cards available in the set. Actually, it's more than that. It's like more than that, right? Because 53 out of 82 is whatever percentage. It's like the majority, 66% of all cards are going to be common and rare. That means if you go hard on the starter packs, you actually can complete, 66% of the set for a very good price. No, you're not going to get any gold foils. No, you're not getting any blacks. And, there's that. But I think in terms of impact, utility, functionality, long-term sort of sustainability and joy within the game, those are all, this is a very important consideration. The starter packs are very effective at getting you going. And when you add into that conversation survival mode, which is done right now, but is coming back, in my opinion, I bet in a season or two, we'll see it back. You know, you're going to want those duplicates also. And so I think for a lot of reasons, they make a lot of sense. Oh, come on, Blackpool, says Crystal. Thank you very much. Oh, nice GL Archon. Absolutely. Mr. Shahaya. Hi, Dwayne. Good luck opening. Thank you, man. Cold Death, smash the like. Appreciate you, pal. Thanks for popping through. Good to see you, pal. Pretty sure you get it. You get gold foil in starter packs. You do not. You do not get gold foil in starter packs. Just before we open that pack there, starter. This is the article in question. I'll actually just drop it. But starter packs. We designed starter packs as an accessible and affordable entry point for every new player. Each cost 1,000 DC or $1 in credits, containing 5 cards. Conclave Arcana set, 1 guaranteed rare card, 1 guaranteed rare, but you could get more than one. Starter packs will only contain regular, foil, common, and rare cards. So you cannot use potions with them, meaning you can't use legendary potions, you can't use gold foil potions because you cannot get legendaries and you cannot get gold foils with them. And so that's the answer to that question. But still, man, regardless, for $1 for it to be able to drop summoners that are currently selling over $2 and, you know, cards that are really, really valuable, it's easy for those to pay for themselves. It's very easy. If you want to see, I'll drop this in chat so you guys can, in case you don't have that, Toro. But that's the Peak D Splinterlands content that'll bring up that blog post if you want to go deeper on that one. Let's keep ripping. Okay. Half Shell Seer is a great card with the Reckless, which I like, and decent archery damage output for 4 mana, and I don't have it maxed, so I'm glad to see that. But this is one of those cards where it's like probably good enough in the middle of its range. Let me show you. Half Shell Seer. So you need it's a rare, so you need 115 copies, and they are selling for 44 cents per. So, you know, it's a $45 card if you're buying a max one, probably. But check this out. You know, the Reckless is at level 1. That's a crucial ability. If you're playing at bronze, this will be a really cool card, especially if you've got the gnome, right? Because then you're bringing Painforge and you're going to escalate your damage output. This could be a really, really crucial card for bronze players, even silver players. For it to do 3 damage at, you know, a Silver League playable level is really cool. That's a crucial stepstone, level 3. But then level 7 gets you that 4th damage, which is awesome damage output for the mana cost. Yes, it gets better at level 7 or level 8, but that's the only stat that gets better. And yeah, I want the damage. Don't get me wrong. I want the extra damage. But part of why I would want this card is the low mana damage sort of equivalence. You know, if you get 4 damage for 4 mana, you're doing great. And then the Reckless is crucial. And so I don't necessarily even want it. I don't feel it's imperative to get to the top level. Great if you could. But then that's the thing too. You got to, like I've talked about this earlier and I'll say it again. You always are navigating what would be optimal from a utility standpoint, but then optimal within your navigation of limited resources. You don't have infinite money. You can't buy everything all the time. And so what's going to be left on the table? What are you going to say no to? If you were to get in here and get it just right to, I think level 4, I think you're doing pretty solid. 4 or 5, because you're getting the 3-4 speed, you get the 3 damage, you get the Reckless. That is 25 BCX instead of 115. Like that's, you know, now you're saving $30. And what would that do for you? If you're even at the highest levels, like I play my Half Shell Seer is let's see, cards. My Half Shell Seer is let's see this. Conclave, my Half Shell Seer units. It's a rare, and it was a neutral. So I'm literally rocking a level 4, you know, and I do use it. I do use it from time to time. It's obviously better at high levels, but again, you can't have all the things all the time. So great card. Let's keep going. Caravan, thank you very much. Keep the and both these cards. I think this card is actually really crucial. I don't see a lot of people talking about it. Conclave Tracker with the opportunity, but it has Armor Strike too. So it's not just magic, it's Armor Strike, I believe. If that's, I'm gonna look that up to make sure. Make sure I'm right about that. Conclave Tracker. Peak monsters. It's a common, neutral. Conclave Tracker, opportunity with the, no, it doesn't. But then with EMP, you can give it a 4 archery damage output, which is pretty cool. So it's like an interesting Elias Max Pruitt backline support monster because it has the repair, which helps Elias Max Pruitt in lots of ways, lots of situations and contexts. It has the opportunity, which means it can double strike because of magic and then the EMP damage output. And it's relatively resilient with the phase, 7 hit points, and 4 speed. I think it's a strong card. It's only 5 cents. Now, it's 5 cents times 400 to get your max copy. So there's that. But it's an interesting card. Let's keep going. Epic. Rare. And double rare. Another solid pull. Probably $3. $3 on that one. We still haven't seen one legendary. Come on now. I think we're I don't know if we're financially. Oh, look at this. That's lots of glowing happening right there. Let's see one of them be a black foil. Let's go. Let's go. Double. Give me another summoner. Okay. I think I might need another couple shield maidens, so that's cool. This was a great pack. $4 in summoners right there. I don't have a title Synonymous maxed out either. So great cards I need and summoners I want. For valuation I want. We still haven't seen a single summoner, and we are 22 packs in. I mean, we haven't seen a single legendary. Mila. Sorry, guys. Hang on one sec. Hi, how you doing? Good. Look at the medication. Good. Good time. Thank you. Have a great day. Sorry about that. Okay. We still haven't seen a single legendary. We don't have one here, but we got a black foil right here, don't we? No, but a Shadow Fae is well deserved and desired. Let's keep going. Legendary. Legendary gold foil. Let's go. Okay. Rare. Sky Chonk, double rare. Yanni. Okay. I'm getting impatient because I know it's out there. I know it's out there. Okay. Archer Koi, really need it. Don't have it. At least don't have it at the higher levels. And I think, again, repair is so important, especially for the blue team, especially for the white team. Blue-white team combos, black-blue team combos, void armor considerations, especially black-blue with the Umbral Elemental that has the taunt and the armor. And then you go, you're going to, you know, like it's like I think it's a really helpful card in a lot of ways. So I need these three. The other two I've maxed out, but none of them are big dollar signs. What else are we going to pull? Come on. Blackie. Gold foil Arcane. Could be any. This could. These could all. Like any of these things could be so crazy. Gaichonk, Geodist. Okay. Arenduriel, don't have her maxed out. I guess it's a her. Yeah, it's a her. Are you taking off?
I'm going to the gym and then I'm pick
Okay. Okay. We got to see a legendary at least. Wow. Okay. Thank you very much. We've slowed down dramatically here, but we're gonna switch it up. I'm gonna check them in the chat. We're gonna do 2 5s, and then we'll wrap on that. I thought I got a gold foil off a starter pack. Maybe I opened a standard. Must have. Tails, Crystal, I think I've bought 2 of your black foils so far. If you pull more, hit me up in Discord. I love that. You can probably save more than 5% on the market fee. Absolutely. And Tails, a quality man, community member. Appreciate you, Tails, for being here. Toro, why does that turtle look hot? It was a reverse pack, 4 rares, 1 common. Yeah, that was a crazy pack actually. Like and 2 of them were summoners, right? Yeah, that one was good. TF kind of doorbell. Yeah, dude. We've got a house built in the 90s, and so we've got a loud one. They do like to sunbathe. Crypto ABCs. I'm sidelined on Arcane for right now. Sidelined for like because of money concerns or because of questions around like what it's offering, or I'd love to hear more about that. Let me know in the comments. What else we got here? Yeah, I opened 20 packs yesterday. No legendary either. Was odd, but still not bad pulls. Well, we're gonna rip right now. We're gonna rip 10 more packs, and I know, I'm guaranteeing legendaries. I'm guaranteeing gold foils. I have strong opinions about black foils being in there. Let's find it together. Tales from the Cryptmancer, nice. And the only black foil I have on the market is the Mad Kambunus common. Let's get you the legendary. Absolutely. Let's get it right now. Crypto ABC. Let's get it, dude. I feel it. I feel it happening. I feel it's like we're doing 5. And I feel like this is the time. This is the time. My FOMO was like full kicking in. Like if there weren't something here, I think I'd burn more SPS and make this happen. Tell me we got a legendary. I'm seeing rares. I'm just seeing rares. There's an epic, but I think we literally pulled standards and maybe like an extra rare here or there. Did we see any vibration for the black? Let's go. That's a rare too, isn't it? Yeah, rare gold. Solid pickup. So I promised gold, and a rare gold is a solid card. Yanni Oracle. What is that going to be, like $1 or $2 or something like that? This was not this was an underwhelming. We got the Lucky Long Shot 2-pack, $2. We got a Yanni Oracle, probably $2. We got a Bella Radajowski, another Caravan Guard, which I'm happy to see. Good cards, but nothing that is going to pay the bills. Open 5, make it happen. This is it. Legendary gold foil and or black foil. I would also accept a black foil epic. Let's find it together. Got some good epics. 3 epics so far. Some rares. Another epic. Wow, legendary. Let's go, black foil. Okay, I'll take it though. Inept. So we pulled our foils right at the end there. We pulled our first legendary. We pulled a bunch of epics, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it was just 4. It felt like a lot more than that. No, 1, 2. Yeah, 4 epics, 1 legendary, and a good amount of rares. No goldies in here, but the only thing I didn't pull was a black foil. I feel like we went a little light on the legendary pulls, but I'm happy to see that one come through. And let's check 2 things. The gold foil cost on that rare card. It's not neutral. The Janny Oracle, $3.80. There you go. So it's double what I thought it was. And then the legendary, it's not a Goldie. It's a $12 pull, you know, give or take. This is a very strong card, man. I use it all the time. I actually don't know if mine is maxed out. I actually don't think it is. I think I might just be rocking it at level 2, which has got to get corrected. But you know what? I'm gonna burn a little more, and we're gonna rip a little more. So if I had as many as 200, we're gonna go ham here, guys. We're converting. We are not done yet. Let's see. I got 110,000 SPS liquid. Now, I got 550,000 staked. Here's the thing. I ultimately want to keep 500 plus thousand SPS staked. Truth is, I like ripping packs though. That's the problem. So what if we did 50,000 SPS? What would that do for us? That'd be 500,000. And that'd be another 100 packs. So we could go like 44. That'd be 100 packs, right? You know what? We gotta go 120. Okay. 55,000 SPS, 540,000 SPS or DEC, 540 divided by 4, 135 packs. So we can pull back a little, something like that. What about that? 510. Nope. 510 divided by 4. Okay. So there we go. Let's go like this. Main. We are burning 52,000 SPS, and I know I can transaction. I want this SPS gone. I will take the L. I will take one for the team. I want this SPS gone. Burn, baby, burn. 52,000 SPS burnt, and we're going to go to the Conclave shop, and we're going to buy some packs. People with low money should just buy starter packs. Probably true. Electro probably need a few hundred though. Rent everything. Buy more cards. That's actually not a bad plan. Actually, rent all your cards and just chill, because there's real rental potential right now. Also, there's real earning potential. I'm playing at high level diamond. I'm champion level 3, and I'm getting 20 to 25 SPS for win. So I'm getting 20 SPS, and I'm winning 2/3 of my games. And so I'm actually, on a day, I'm playing this season, I played every single energy myself. I've won 200 matches, which times 20 SPS, 200 matches times 20, 4,000 SPS this season I've earned. And so that's not nothing, right? It's, it's $40, isn't it? 100 SPS is $1, so it's $40. I've won $40 playing this game in Modern League. Yeah, I have a lot of cards, right, that you don't have in order to sort of achieve that level of success. But so what Toro's saying is not a bad idea. Especially if you're busy, just let them board the cards, let them have a high level of success, and you will receive DEC passively coming in your account, and then you can rip more packs. It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea, especially if you're busy. Come on, Blackfoy. Yes, please. Legendary for the win. Absolutely. That was a great finish, by the way, with the 4 epics and the legendary. But I just can't stop, guys. Paul says legendary is 1 in 12.5 packs on average. So I should have got 2 more, probably 2, maybe 3 more. But we're gonna rip another whatever pack. So we're gonna get some now. Crystal says, let's go. It's in the pack. Next pack for sure. Don't do it. Bolts, what's up, dear fellas? Good to see you, man. Thanks for popping through. I'm about to rip some more packs. I just burnt 52,000 SPS, and we're going to rip some more packs. RIP SPS. Alex Toro. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for your service. Okay. So we got 500,000 DC. Now, can we get 120? Yes, we can get 120 packs. Can we do... Yeah. You know what? Let's do 120, and then I'll buy a few starter packs. Let's start back here though. So 40, right? So hang on a second. Starter packs, standard packs 120 is going to spend me 480, which leaves me with 20, 30, 36. I don't care about that right now. We're just going to focus here. Let's do it. 120 standard packs, equating to 600 midnight potions, which I have been accumulating at 3+ cents. 3 to 3.5 cents I've been buying midnight potions. And so we're fully equipped and ready to rock. Let's go over to open. Anyone joined any tournaments today? I joined one the other day, Bolts, and I got paid some SPS, like a few hundred or something. I didn't make it to round 2 even though. And I was using Rebellion packs, my Rebellion cards. My Rebellion set has been really growing, like really growing. And I'm still a long way to go, but I'm setting myself apart. I know the feeling. I'm addicted to opening as well. Absolutely. I watched one of your videos ripping packs, Crystal. Yeah, I love it. It's just like the next pack could be a black foil 1 of 1. And you go for $4. It could be. It's not likely to be, but it could be. Bolts. Whoa, the perfect time. Good luck. Things just got real. Fingers crossed. Why not? Yeah, I appreciate you, pal. I'm going to leave that on the screen while we rip. We're going to go 20s. 20s. I feel like 20 is a nice number to rip at a time. It's like you get a sample size of what you're seeing. 5 is, 5 is fun too, but, and do we just hit all? Let's do it. Let's try and see an explosive video. This could be a black foil, it could be anything, gold foil, legendaries. Let's find out. Lower second card, let's go. Legendary Maka, I don't have you maxed out. Thank you very much. Oh, Goldie I thought it was a summoner. Thank you very much on the gold step. Another gold on a common. Okay. Those are dollar commons. Every gold, and that's that Conclave tracker I mentioned earlier who I want to max out. Bristol Brigand, nice. Another comment on the Fenmore. So I feel like good gold foil distribution from those packs. No legendaries again, so falling behind on a legendary print rate. But oh yeah, we got the mock-up. My bad. But on a 12.5 average, which was the chat, what chat said, we're underperforming, but that's okay. I always feel like it's a pretty decent little turn opening. Let's get 20 more. Oh, I thought the first one was legend. Second one's legendary. Let's get it. Gold foil. 2, double. That's a double Craniac print. Let's go. Third legendary there. 4, here we go. And I don't have a max distillation yet. So we're making up for our missing legendaries. And a gold foil. I thought it was a gold foil for a second. Okay. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Dude, we're ripping legendaries. Jaikarilla, let's go. Okay. And I feel our golds are performing well too, man. We're doing great with the gold prints. I don't know. I don't know the math on gold, but I feel like a lot of them went shimmering. But this was the crown jewel thus far. We have opened, right? We are not. I had the numbers on this on like how often a regular pack should print a gold foil legendary. I think it's like 400 packs. No, it can't be. It can't be that. I think it's 400 cards. Is it 400? If you guys know, let me know. I'm hyped up about this. This has got to be an $80 card, right? Like this is one of the strong legendaries with the taunt and the Bloodline Tribute, which is a very strong card. But that we didn't just pull one legendary. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 legendaries in those 20 packs. 6 legendaries in 20 packs, and one of them is gold foil, and it's not just an underwhelming ledge either. It's an exceptional ledge. Let's pull that guy up there. Gold foil. Where are you at? There you, Zargrul. So it is low by $101. It is one of the more expensive legendaries. Now Jaikarilla is a total different league. 50 low by the 53, which I would never sell. Like you gotta, for 53, you just sit on that thing and let it produce 12,500 CP for you. I love that we left Why Not's comment on the screen there, by the way. Why Not saying good luck, fingers crossed for the black foil legendary. But we did, I do feel like we had massive luck there with the gold foils, with the 6 legendaries. What an amazing rip. And we are not done yet. Now, is that going to be the creme de la creme? Is that going to be the big finish? We'll find out. We got more packs to see. Tournaments are fun now with this new modern. I fully agree. It's so different, and there's so many ways that people are still wrestling with it. So you might have this angle on victory, by like greater discernment than others. So like, yeah, man, it's like now's the time. Strike while people are confused. Dwayne might get a black bow. Let's find out. Crystal says, good luck. Thank you very much. Nice. Gold foil legendary. I know. Hey, that's a great pull. Gold legendary. Let's go. You should get 4 golds per 20 packs, which is 100 cards at 4%. Okay. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate that. So 4 golds per 20 packs, which I believe I just did a lot better than that. Did we? I don't necessarily need to know, but I feel like we did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, not a lot better, but better. Okay. So we did strong on legendaries for sure. We got 6 of them. Let's keep going. One of these is going to be black foil. It's going to be my next black foil. It's going to be my next one. I know it, dude. I know it. This game has got me so hyped. This new set is like absolutely driving me, like I'm just going nuts. Look, here we go. Another 2 legendaries. Thank you very much. And a desolation, which I need, by the way. So that's cool. And I had a goldie up there. Another goldie down here. So we got 2 golds on 2 legendaries. And then 3rd legendary. Yes, Ordom. Thank you. Ordom, one of the more expensive legendaries. I think that brought me to 3 legendaries in this 20 pack, which again, above beyond the mathematical opportunities. From the gold foil perspective, I think we only got 2, which puts us underneath what would have been probabilistic, but that's fine. It's a strong pull with some quality legendaries that I do not have. And good cards. Great cards, in fact. This is great. This is a lot of fun, guys. Thanks so much for being here today. I appreciate you guys hanging out and for just enjoying this moment with me and celebrating with me. And let's see. Mishish Kong. Paul, the guy Tails wishes he could be. I thought I'd heard Stever say 600 per gold foil legendary, but maybe wrong. I don't know anymore, if I'm honest, but regardless, I'll count it as a win. I have pulled across, 800 reg packs. I've pulled 6 or 7 gold foil legendaries, which I think is better, way better than average. Zargul is an awesome card. Absolutely bolts. End of the day, any card from that set is awesome. I fully agree. Yes. And Crystal agrees with bolts on the Zargul being awesome or all the cards being awesome. Probably both, I bet. Let's get 20 more. 20 is a fun number. It's like if you open 1 pack and you get just common, rare, it's like it's a little bit a window to your sales. But when it's 20, they're just like different things are happening. So we got our 1 gold foil. Let's go. Another legendary early on. Now, oh yes! That's my first Archmage Yabanius. Let's go! That's a huge pull! And a gold foil epic! Now it's a Molten Elemental, but still. And then a gold from Flamunculus, one of the more expensive commons, I think, of Flamunculus. Another legendary. Absolutely. This was a crazy 20 pack. Yes. Okay, so legendaries. Palifala. I lost my mind when I saw that Archmage, so I don't actually even know. It might have just been the 2 of them. We got legendary. Yeah. I think it's just the 2 of them on the legendary. But that Yabanius is a power play. That card is only in packs. And it's exceedingly rare. I think there's 1,500 BCX of that card, period. Not like I don't mean max level cards. I mean, period. Like number of CC. I think that's the number of it. It's crazy. That's a huge pull. 2 legendaries for 20 packs above average. I'm only supposed to get 1.1 per 12.5 packs. And then on the gold foils equivalents, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. One of them's an epic, by the way, $20 pull, $15 pull. It's not a strong epic, so probably $10 pull. So we're a little under on the goldies, but then again, my first look at this card. This Empower is nuts. While not revealed, this unit and adjacent units gain +1 power. That's such a crazy ability. Empower is nuts, and this card is worth a ton because of it. Let's go have a peek at that. Empower. That was a huge pull. Now, is it not technically a Conclave? I think it's technically a promo card. So it's the low buy is $200. There's a high bid on that card right now. I could sell that card for $150 right now. Guys, that is insane. That's one of the, especially from Conclave, that's got to be one of the highest, maybe the highest high bid in the game. Like there is no other Conclave card, I don't think, that has a starting point high bid. And like even on gold foil Arcanes or black foil Arcanes, I bet there probably just aren't bids on some of those cards. Like, let's just scroll. Like, see what I mean? Like these are black foil Arcanes, but people don't bother to put the high bid that they would be willing to, because they just don't think it's realistic. And so from a black foil perspective, maybe there's something. Yeah, like that's got to be one of the high, like the single card in the game where you could just say, yeah, I want $150 right now. Like give me $150 right now, please and thank you. Even like Ordom Greybel 110, Desolation 100, Zhen Zhao 110. Wow, that's a crazy pull. The real question is like, can I sell it? Like I do want that card, right? It's an amazing card. I want to hold on to that card, but for that amount of money, like maybe I do want to sell it. I don't know. Crazy. And 6 mana for 5 speed with 3 damage by itself would be like a fine card. And in conjunction with multi-splinter, which is fine. But then put this beside 2 shapeshifters that you're gonna bloodline tribute, like Grammel the Hunger. Grammel the Hunger getting three buffs, an archery buff, and magic buffs, a melee buff from Archmage Ubanius. Nuts. And I just ripped it in a $4 pack. Yes, I tore a lot of packs, but guys, the chase is real. Let's go. Yes, it is lit. Congrats, this Crystal. Congrats. Now you just need this pickle. Absolutely. Dude, I want that pickle. I'm going to buy that pickle for sure. That pickle looks good, man. It looks real good. Oh, hell no. Go get the pickle. Absolutely. I was playing and saw the pop-up. Nice. Dude, that's so cool. Infidel 1258 pulls the Yabanius. Let's go. Bolts, don't do it. I'm gonna do it. Don't sell it, you mean? I don't think I'm gonna sell it. It's too rare. It's too rare. I don't think I can sell it. Yeah, don't do that. I don't think I will. Now maybe not financial advice, but nope, you shouldn't sell it. Here's an offer, $100. The pickle card is OP as F. Yeah, I think you might be right about that, Alex. Off grid, I just saw you pull a nice one. Congratulations. Thanks, Liberty guy. Yeah, man. There are so many good pulls though. Like that's the crazy thing. We're gonna rip more packs here in a second, but the nutty thing about Conclave Arcana is this. And I bet you guys know this, but not everybody knows this. I'll clip this later. And like as an example to the people who are coming to our game and recognizing for the first time the chase is real, the opportunities to rip a $200 card, like $150 now, like now. $150 now. That was a $4 pack, and you could get one from one $4 pack. You could also get a black foil Arcane legendary from one $4 pack. You could. Yes, it's unlikely. I'm not saying, this is like a pathway to getting rich. I'm just saying it's really fun and it's exciting that something like that can and does happen. So we got to show the community, both the existing as well as those that are yet to come, these possibilities that are real. The chase is exciting. It's so much fun. It's very exhilarating. And the game, man, I love the game. I love it more than I ever have for a lot of reasons. But let's go look at Archmage Yabanius. Where are you? There he is. Check this out. There are only 1,500 CC of that card ever going to exist. That there will never be another one beyond that. That's the regular foil version of that card, which equates to, if you were to max it out, right? Like there's 11 CC in every, so it's like, is it 100? I can't, my head is spinning, guys. It's such a small print rate. It's such a small print rate. If I was to get another one, I would sell it, but I can't see myself selling for $150 one of that card, even though you would get $150. Because here's the deal. if you got $150 for that card right now, I'd probably just buy another 40 packs of it. And with 40 packs, I'm not likely to rip another one. Like it's too, there's only 89 in existence. I would need $300 before I was like, okay, wait a second, $300. And even then I probably wouldn't. That's where we're at. Let's rip some more packs. We're still sitting on 600 potions. Let's go 20 again. We got to keep going 20. It's working for us. We're getting all kinds of luck with the legendaries, with the gold foils, with the one of ones or the highly rare scarce ones. Okay, another goldie, a Conclave tracker. Really want it. Two, three. That's 3 golds. Doing fine on the golds. Haven't seen legendary yet, but you know there's our 4th gold. Are we gonna pull one legendary? No. We might finish with a putter after that last pull, but that's okay. Our gold foils came out strong. Commons mostly, I think. Commons, but good strong commons. Got some epics, but you know, and I want some of these. Like I need to get them maxed out. So that's cool. So that was it was a fine pull, and even though I didn't get any legendaries, I'm well above on my legendary pulls because of the last 60 before that. This is the final for today, guys. And I'll chat some more, but you know, I won't be ripping anymore. After that luck with the Abanius, I won't press it. Oh, let's go. Getting started early with some goldies. Let's make it happen. Let's keep cooking. Here we go. Legendary Abanius gold foil. Bellamancer, I'll take it. Yes, please. There are so many cards that would break my brain if it pulled out to read right now, like Black Foil Arcane, Gold Foil Arcane, Yabanius, Gold Foil Yabanius. Like there's just so many cards that would just absolutely nuke my mind. And yeah, this is a great pull too. Like Palifa, I don't think I have you maxed out. 1 ledge, 2 ledge that time. Fine, great, very satisfying. And golds, I got 1, 2. Maybe that's it. Yep. Okay. You know what? That's fine. Let's just go look at how the cards turned out, like on my sets rather. Like where I'm at. I mean, looking at Conclave in particular. Skarn, I'm a few units shy of being able to max you out. Tempting to rip some. I'm probably going to rip. I will rip 36 starters right now. Because, yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Open. Nope. Shop. Conclave. Starter. 36. Boom. And let's just rip these all at once. And there's not going to be any specialty crazy go nuts about this, but it'll bring me closer and closer to where I want. Oops. Open. Skip. Open all. And then we'll assess what my packs are, or my set is looking like, and we'll go from there. Nice. A couple 4 Skarns right there. Let's see how we do for summoners. We'll count the summoners. And we'll count the rares. There's a Gorgug. There's a Bella. Okay, so we got 2 Razzies. 1 fight, that brings us to 3. We got 1 Bella, that's 4. We got 1 Gorgug, that's 5. And then I think we got 4 of the other one. 4 of Skarns. So that's 9. 9 summoners from 36 packs. 9 summoners from 36 packs. Very reasonable. And that's not all the rares we got, but those are rare. So 9 of those. And then we got 10 from this rare. 11, 12, which this rare is super crucial. We're up to 12. Plus 3 more is 15. Oh, I don't know if I counted this one. I don't think I did. 16. And that would be 10 summoners. 16. 19. 21. 23, 26, 30. Two more is 32, 33, 36, 39. I think I got 39 rares out of those 36 packs. From what I've heard, that's a little low, actually. Like, people will say 1.2, 1.3 per pack. But looks like I did pretty solid with my summoner pulls. 2, 3, 4. The elf is in here somewhere. 5, 9. It might have just been 9. Anyways, like, yes, please, man. Sign me up. Great rip. Okay, now let's go check out the cards and see how we're doing on the Conclave set. I am feeling strong. Like, my performance on those was quality. I need 30 on my Kalia, and I'm not going to rip that right now. I'm not going to move any. Nothing's going to advance in a meaningful way right now. Oh, I could bring you up to level 5. Does that matter, though? Truth is, I'm not going to play you. I'm not going to play you anyway, so I'm just going to leave it alone. And Gorgug, same deal. Even if I could, going from level 4 to 5, it doesn't matter to me. So, Portly Cannoneer, I just don't know if I care about. Yeah, you're going to move up. And there may be a scenario where I end up wanting. You're getting one more hit point. Like a. See. I would be disappointed if I didn't spend this time like going through and then like I see a moment and I get battle in the future where I only can pick fire and I can only pick archery, and this could have had 4 hit points, but I didn't bother to take the effort and make that happen. This will be another level up. Getting another hit point, which is a very meaningful hit point, especially for 2 mana. For that to have 5 hit points and 2 armor, which is 7, you know, it's not bad for 2 mana, man. I don't know if I love this card. This was one of the cards they revealed on the Influencer Town Hall. But yeah, I never really thought it was. But for 2 mana, you're like, oh, when those 2 mana cards come along, it's like you're gonna find a use case for a 2 mana card. You're gonna slip it in even as a meat shield from time to time. The Canary Keeper. I actually really like this card. Why haven't I got you going yet? Why haven't I got you like fired up? This is a big upgrade, going from 1 archery to 2. Especially with it being a fire monster, which means you can get it another archery damage output with just choosing the Riskal Drath Summoner. What's your deal at higher levels? Not much. You're not a crucial card, but you are helpful. What about Flame for Hire? Nope. I need quite a few more CC on you. Ordom's already maxed out. Elemental, I don't know. I'm 1 shy on this card. And I don't know if I care. Like, this card feels a bit underwhelming to me. I pulled a gold foil of this card today, and I would probably sell that card if I'm honest. Like, I just don't see, like, yes, it's got the silence, it's got the close range, it's got the trample, but just it doesn't have enough hit points. So I feel like it's too niche. Like, I would want to use it in a melee from any situation, or where everything gets equalized hit points. Huckster, I can't grow you, but this card I actually do want to see get maxed out because it's got Protect up in here, and that's so helpful for the EMP plays. So that's something we got to work on, at least to get that next Protect ready. Stampeding Calf. Yep, we're going to bring you up a level. What's that going to do for me? 1 more hit point. Not a game changer probably, but there's no reason not to do that. Once I get a max level of everything, I will be cautious about what I merge. Yeah, like this. Oh. I think my OBS just disconnected, so I hope I didn't lose you, but I might have. Are you guys still seeing me? I'm going to assume that you are, because it looks like you are. And let's see here. What else? So we're in blue. Let's do it that way. Yeah. I'll probably sell that. I'll probably sell him. I'll try and list him for like $100+ bucks. Because as much as I want the 12.5, I'd rather get like more cards. Like if I sold the card like that, I would come buy more BCX of the reg, and then I'd have a more functional deck. Sometimes I like selling assets that are worth quite a bit in order to build out the fullness of what I have. If you can sell some gold foil legendaries, then you might be able to buy some reg foil, commons that really build out your team. And that's a bit where my head's at. Diviner, can I bring you up? Yes. Going from level 4 to 5 gives us one more hit point, which is nice because he's hurting himself. That's a great card. That's a crucial max out situation card. It's a rare too, hey? Feels like an epic, honestly. Feels like it should be an epic. What about you? No, I can tell from the little iconography that this will not grow by adding 5, so I'm just going to move on to Earth Splinter. Maka. Let's go from level 1 to level 2. Thank you very much. So we're getting the Reflection Shield, which is actually a significant upgrade. At level 3, we're getting Scavenge, which I would say is crucial for this thing to be really meaningful. And then Triage at the highest levels, which is great. My green team is the team I do not play. My green team is absolutely underwhelming, and that's, ultimately I would like to fix that. Level 6. No, we're not even moving the needle on the Kaboomist. Yeah, the Virid Venomancer. I like this card. This is the one I mentioned earlier, and it's got the shield. It'll give a shield to another card, which I like. So we get one more hit point, and the poison is always great. 2 damage is reasonable, and the shield ward is super crucial. It's one of 3 cards that provide that ability, and it's new and it's available in the marketplace for 6 cents per unit. And you get that shield ward at 14. This feels like to me a must have card. Absolutely at every level. You need 14 CC of this thing. 60 is so much better if you can play level 5. I guess even in Silver League you can play level 5 commons, but that poison is obviously helpful, and 2 damage output at the lowest levels is really cool. This is a good card. Is it a game changing card? No, it's a cool card. Fenmore Wood Troll is one I really want to max out soon. I'm nowhere near maxing it out. I don't think it's meta or anything. I just like it. I like the art. I like the wing break functionality. If I know you're going to go air, I love playing wing break. It's so cool. And again, I talked about how blind is like exceedingly rare. Well, this is the only blind monster for the green team, and the headwinds is really important. So there's that too. Actually, I should get that thing up to headwinds. Okay, good. My level has headwinds. Silverleaf Mage, really good card, and I would love to see this get maxed out. I shouldn't say really good, but Poison Burst is an exceptional ability. When defeated, 100% chance to apply poison to the attacker and a 50% chance to apply poison to the units adjacent to the attacker, which can get nasty. If you bring Resurrect, if Rebirth is an ability, it's got Divine Shield. This is a good taunt monster, man. Really good taunt monster. I think it's even better than the old one from Chaos, which was called the Slip Stream or whatever. Slip Spawn. Flamunculus is... Yes. Are you going level up? No, I need one more. I'll get there. This is a good card. It's got Poison Burst as well. Sylvan is one that I really need to get this one maxed up because it has the Resurrect, and in conjunction with the Silverleaf Mage, you get the Resurrect on the Poison Bursting Taunt monster, which is always great. So that'll be in my future. But Life... Kabbalist, we don't have enough to max you or to bring you up. Here we go. This is a meaningful upgrade. We're going from level 4 or 5 to 6, and we get one more speed. Not the biggest impact, but of course I want... This is a great card. It has Echo at the highest levels, which means double triage. And then the headwinds in conjunction with there's some white teams where you can do triple headwinds, and then a tank. If there's no magic, the tank taunt from Rebellion rewards, the range archer taunt monster that is a 4 mana cost from the Life Splinter in conjunction with headwinds when there's no magic playable is a very reliable play. Mystic, let's go. You're going to get next leveled. What are you going to get? Nothing. You're going up in level and you're getting 1 more armor. Well, of course I want to do it, but it's I consider it underwhelming. Now it is, at least it's void armor, so it's going to stop magic attacks, but by no means is that going to, do I consider that crucial? And then here we got the Thunderbolt Herald that's going up, and this is another Relentless Strike monster, which means it does more damage when they have void, which is cool. 1 more hit point. See, with 36 packs, 36 starter packs I ripped, right? And then you times that by 5, that's like, 190 cards or something like that. It's like approaching 200 cards. And they're each $1 each. Like I would have cost, like, as you can see, a lot of these cards I don't have maxed. Like a lot of them. I've really selected what I think are kind of more important. I'm really prioritizing what I think are really important. And I'm trying to stay away from commons and rares because I know the starter packs long term will give me options that will be financially viable. But if I think something is common or rare and I think it's absolutely crucial, I am buying it now, even at what ultimately might be higher prices. My Yanni just got a nice upgrade with the Strengthen. That's a cool upgrade. What about the Happy Quokka? Yes, he's going to next level, which will do what? 1 more hit point. Not the... A lot of these middle grade upgrades are not going to be like game changers, right? It's tempting to do plus just to hit the plus and make everything get better. But here's the deal. Like I'm learning, and maybe you are too. Like you probably are too. Like I'm figuring this out. I don't actually know how impactful the Owlkin Geodist is. So I have to like pop in here and be like, well, actually if I get it to level 8, like with the Divine Shield and the Execute and the 3 damage, okay. So I'm like, as I look at this stuff, I'm learning. Yes, make it happen. Next level gives me 1 more armor, which is what it is. Take a break here. What's going on over here? A gold foil legendary is 1 in 312 packs. Thank you, Paul. Bolt, you should show off your new card during the town hall. Yeah, man. You pulled 10. 10. I pulled 10. I forget what I'm coming into the conversation. There's a little bit of chat beforehand, so I'm not sure. I pulled 10 what? What are you talking about, Liberty Guy? You missed the Earth. I think I touched on the Earth. Jim, good to see you, pal. Yeah, man, we're going extra innings over here because I pulled some crazy things. You pulled a yes, sir. Yes, sir, I did. You pulled the Yaba promo. Let's go. Honestly, green feels weak. I rather play the other colors. I agree. I am like generally speaking avoiding them. Now, I do think green is like very powerful if you bring, for instance, the mage, the elf mage that with the taunt and the poison burst, and then you bring the resurrect Sylvan whatever. Those are two. That's one combo. I got to go. Bolts, thanks for coming to hang out. I'm going to wrap up pretty quick anyways, but I do want to keep ripping through and just chatting a bit more about these different synergies. Look at this, my Palifa. I got a bunch of copies and we are going max. So we get the Mimic, which is obviously nice. That's a big upgrade. I don't know if I've ever played this card though. It's an interesting card. But I was under the impression that matches would go much faster in Conclave meta, and that would result in cards not, having as many rounds to enjoy Mimic. And so I kind of was expecting this to be less impactful. We'll find out. I'm glad it's maxed out. I'm not going to sell it. I want to hold on to these things, but, I haven't been seeing it be used a lot, and I haven't been obviously using it at all. Maybe literally at all. Need 25 more copies. We're getting 1 more hit point on the Fenmore Gorgon. I say 6 hit points makes that a lot more functional. Still a little on the weak side, but for 5 mana and 2 damage output, and the Cripple and the Demoralize, which is just a little bit of a side buff. I like that card. I also really like that art. Bristleborn Brigand. I got a max one there, so I'm not even going to bother in here. I got a max gold foil Ganache, so I don't care about that. I got a black foil Silverleaf Warlock. My black splinter is like pretty solid. Pretty well built out. My black splinter, I literally have 2 black foil commons, and I have a gold foil Arcane of the Umbral Elemental. That's my strongest splinter so far. But I have some weaknesses. Like I maxed out my Thraga, which I really like actually because of the Pain Forge and the Life Leech and the Void and the Flank. This card is actually, in my opinion, way better than most people think. But then I don't have certain key cards like Shadowfey, I think is really important. And same with Deep Delver with the Corrupted Heal. We don't yet have enough. No, we're not maxing out. I got to get that thing going too. But I'm trying not to rush. Like you can't do everything all the time. And so the question then is like, is there more I need to do today? Like if I buy 5 more copies of a key card, am I going to put it to a next level up? Wait a second. What just happened? Oh, I gave it Corrupted Healing, but it lost a hit point. I see. It's being upgraded, it's losing a hit point, and it's getting a new ability. But I already have a gold foil equivalent of this that makes this redundant. So that was a mistake. Right? Yeah, see. There's my gold foil Arcane on the marketplace too, if you're interested. Let's see. And then, okay, so Craniax would go to level 3 if I want, and that'll give him a backfire. That doesn't feel super logical with his speed. I don't know if I'm going to do that. And then the Affliction at this highest level is pretty interesting, and the damage growth is interesting, but I don't know if I like that card. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Dragon. Okay, Desolation's getting leveled up. Boom, 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 boom. So we're getting 5 damage output instead of 4, and we're getting the Piercing, which is a gigantic upgrade. Gigantic. Because Piercing can, you know, you're punching through 1 armor instead of getting stuck on 1 armor. Yeah. And I feel that's a valuable card. We need to make that thing maxed out. Songgale. Ooh, let's go. So next level is level 4, and we are getting what? 1 more hit point. Thank you very much. So with the Dragon Bloodline tribute and whatever other splinter, you can pull out 2 Bloodline tributes. That's where I was talking about earlier. It's like a very interesting play. We use 2 cards that do Bloodline tribute with your shapeshifters. Okay, level 4, we're getting just 1 more hit point. Dang. That's an unsubstantial upgrade from a level 3 to a level 4. It's not 1 hit point's huge. It can literally mean the game. But, you know, it's not a new ability. It's not a new synergy. It's not a new... Oh, I got 1 more speed there too. My bad. And I think we're almost done then. We'll just check out the neutrals. I got a max Conclave Artificer. My Conclave Tracker could be leveled up. No, it can't. My Hobgoblin, maybe. No, it can't. Quillstorm, nope. I got a max Grimoire Rune Shot already. My Anya is maxed out. My Ferris Brewer is 1 away, which is too bad. And Bellomancer, no, I need 2 more. This is a very strong card. I like this card a lot. Especially when it pulls out the Void Armor. That'll be a huge upgrade. This might be one of the better, more slept on legendaries, to be honest. Bren Palesworth, I just haven't pulled any copies of that card. I traded for all 3 of these. Anyways, guys, that was amazing. And I feel like we went ham on the luck. Appreciate you guys hanging out today. I am definitely, obviously, all in on Conclave Arcana and Splinterlands. We are pushing hard. Now, the problem is you can't have everything all the time. And so we burnt 100,000. I burnt 100,000 SPS in the last 24 hours. If I'm honest, I wouldn't mind burning another 50 right now and just buying more Conclave packs. But, you know, that'll be another video another day.